Yeah! Woo! Happy Thursday to those who celebrate. It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, and we are busy little beavers this morning.
Buzz.
There is so much happening. I don't even know where to start today. I mean, we have to start really with us because we were the toast of the town yesterday. There's no questioning that.
Yeah.
Padres won, right? You know, obviously, 4-0 victory for the Padres.
Yeah.
Xander Bogaerts hit a home run.
Yeah.
Xander goes deep.
I mean,
Travis called a Tatis home run, and then he hit an RBI single.
He drove in a run.
felt that worked.
Most importantly, though, we were there. We this all happened in our in-person presence, and as a result, it sort of brings us back to a familiar complaint for anybody who listens or watches this show. You know that we're not credentialed. Like they don't want us in the press box.
Right.
They started the season and they said, who at 760 are we actually going to allow over here? And they went through the short list and said, yeah, but not the morning guys. Anything other than that. But I think if we've done anything at all, it's proven that that's a mistake because they could be 162-0 this season if they played their cards right.
Well, at least 81-0.
Oh, good point.
Right.
All the home games. Right.
But I mean, so what are they? About 500 away, right? So I mean, technically, this would be like 110 win.
Just saying. Could have been a big deal.
Yeah, could have been a big deal. I mean, because every game we've attended, they're undefeated.
Yeah, that's exactly correct.
At least attended together. I think I've been to a few losses this year.
Oh no, it takes the collective.
Yeah, and you don't have to say that out loud. Nobody needs to know that. Come on, man. That was a lot of fun. Huge thank you is in line for Noreen Ippolito, San Diego iHeart president, Aaron Bauman, who was sort of the point person collecting up all the names and handing out and distributing all the tickets.
She was mom.
Yeah. It was like she was the field trip chaperone.
Yeah, you weren't with us when we were all getting into Petco Park
Yeah.
because you had your own ticket separate, but Aaron literally was trying to herd cats to get us all in the same place to walk through the security line, and she had all the tickets on her phone
And swiping through all of them and scanning
Every
all of
single
them.
person.
Yeah, and then as soon as we walked in, like everyone was lost.
Yeah.
Like everyone just went everywhere.
Yeah,
I gotta pee. We're gonna use different bathrooms everywhere.
Gina the Latina was like, Aaron, I need a cut water. And Aaron's like, oh, come on. Okay, we'll go get you.
It's honestly just like taking the first graders to SeaWorld last year. I remember everybody wants a cut water.
Everybody wants to cut water. And then when they got cut water, Gina's like, I want a straw. And then we went to a different location to get a straw. And then literally there was like 7 voices. Wait, I want a straw. That's a good idea. I want a straw.
I like straws too. Wait, do you think we're going to get smoker lip? Oh, no more straws. It honestly was to give a mouse a cookie. We were reading the book, and then what ended up happening was I got lost in the ballpark for a little bit trying to find our seats. Asked like 3 ushers, ended up on 3 elevators. Finally showed up, but I walked past so many beverage carts that I bought some tall boys for us, and then. Yeah, that was much needed. It was great, though. That was a lot of fun. It's great to see the Padres win. Subtext to the win, though, was Suarez getting tossed for the sticky stuff.
That's right. And you know what's funny is I didn't know what happened when we were at the game.
Nope.
No.
Well, it kind of happened in between innings. I saw something was going on in the field, but I had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
And then after the game, the video on Twitter, you look it up, you see it, and you're like, oh, he knew he was getting tossed.
Yeah. As soon as they walked out there.
I don't think he faced a batter. I think he threw one warm-up pitch, and they're like, no, you got to go.
It's not going to work. His hand looked like Winnie the Pooh pulled out of the honey pot.
Like, I thought we've gotten better at cheating. We haven't.
No.
His excuse, by the way, Suarez's excuse was this was not some,
ringworm.
Ringworm. Like everybody's excuse now. It was just some ringworm cream. It got mixed in with my sunscreen. That's what he said. It was a day game. I was using some sunscreen and it just got super tacky. And that's the reason why this has happened. And so we'll see if.
Well, now samples get sent to the lab. If he's telling the truth, he won't get suspended. If he's lying and it is a banned substance, he's probably going to get 3 games, 4 games, somewhere in there.
Yeah. He'll miss a couple opportunities to close for the Pods. Yep.
This season.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Also true. Again, they won the series, and we said it yesterday, and I think we've all showed up in the same thought process today. Even if they win that game, even if they win this series, it's still feeling very desperate. It's still feeling like this season is very much over, and it feels like turning the page on the Padres 2023 season and then looking forward to offseason improvements or potentially firings. And I don't even want to say look forward to that, because that's awful. You don't ever want to see a team that was slated to do such great things have a season so poor that it results in people losing their jobs. But it sort of feels like that's the path we're on here now.
Probably where it's headed. And not just front office people, not just managers, not just coaches. Like, there's going to be some players on this team who are going to lose their jobs with the Padres.
Yeah.
By the end of this season. I was going through it in my head yesterday, and Kevin Acee kind of sparked that fire where he said, look, there's potential Juan Soto gets moved this offseason. And like, you think about it and it makes sense. Like, well, how are you going to go into next year with this exact same roster expecting something different? Now, let me ask you guys, if you are able to move Juan Soto this year in the offseason, do you attach a Jake Cronenworth? Do you attach another bad contract?
Yeah. I think you can get as creative as you want. You have the entire offseason, right? And urgency is created by deadlines, which there aren't crazy deadlines over the offseason. No. So you could get on the phone with as many GMs as you want. You can create a little buzz in the media. You know, you can put it out there in like sort of one of those, hey, Padres leaks or whatever, you know, it circulates on Twitter, social media. And then all of a sudden you have maybe some front offices who you didn't expect would be interested in Juan Soto get in touch with you. So yeah, that's what it feels like we're headed for. Although 70470, start your message with team. I'm just curious about taking the pulse check on the hope factor here in town. Like, are people still hopeful that this season can result in the postseason? Because I'm not there anymore. My stomach has bottomed out too many times getting excited for this team and then being obviously, unfortunately disappointed by this team.
Right.
That I just can't get it up for them anymore.
Even with the win, they're still 6 games out of that final.
Wait, is everybody else won?
Yeah. So, I mean, they beat the Marlins, and the Marlins are ahead of them right now. They're the next team up, but it doesn't matter because the Reds won, the Diamondbacks won, the Cubs won. So you're still sitting exactly where you were.
Yeah, but that just made the Marlins 1 game out now, right?
Marlins are 2 games back.
Oh, 2 games back.
Yeah.
Okay.
The D-backs are half, the Giants are half, the Marlins are 2, the Padres are 6, the Mets are still 8.
Dude.
The Mets are only 2 games worse than the Padres.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, I feel the same way as you, Rich. I'm in the prove me wrong stage of this season now. If it happens, if it happens, I'm back. Yeah. But at the moment, I'm like, it's football season, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I was
Saturday, baby.
We're at the baseball game, and I'm just like, wait, where are the uprights? Where do they kick the field goals? This is strange.
This is weird.
They need to start taking the sod out of the dirt out of the infield and put some sod down for the bowl game that's going to be here.
Yeah. What is this, the Coliseum?
I'm going over to Snapdragon today to do a little walkthrough of our pregame location of the booth, make sure everything's connected, make sure everything's working. I can't wait, dude.
Nice.
I'm going over to Aztecs practice today to check out the football team as they ready themselves for the Ohio Bobcats. We got our opportunity to talk to Russ Eisenstein, who's the play-by-play voice with the Ohio Bobcats yesterday, who can do 1,000 consecutive push-ups.
At least.
He told us on air.
Wow. Yeah.
You also got to talk with Brady Hoke last night, 6 o'clock, the Brady Hoke report or show. I got a good listen of that. He said some good stuff with you guys, and I think you don't really know what you got with this Aztecs team, right? It's a younger group, a lot of big pieces left last year, but you have the quarterback in place, a wide receiving core that has a lot to prove. You got a secondary that is a little more veteran compared to other pieces of this team. And let's roll it out there and let's play some ball. See what we got with the Aztecs.
Do you know what today is?
No. Like, is it a holiday today of some sort?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow. Wait, hang on. It's August 24th. Any guesses, Ben? I would say it is. I got nothing.
Okay. Well, there's 2 things. One, Apparently, this day, for whatever reason, is the sickest day of the year in America. So this is the day that people call out of work more than any other day, even though we were always told it was the day after Super Bowl. It's August 24th.
Why?
I don't know why. I don't know.
Okay, all
but
right.
now that I saw this, I kind of feel like I know why. Today's National Burger Day. Burger Day?
What?
What? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There was a list of burgers that we we're supposed to try, and on top of the list was one called the Juicy Lucy.
Oh my!
It's in Minneapolis.
Rich's nickname in high school.
The Juicy Lucy is a cheese,
in college too. That one followed me.
is a cheese stuffed burger.
What?
2 beef patties
Yeah.
encase a molten cheese core.
Talk slower.
The cheese melts as the burger cooks, resulting in a deliciously gooey center.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we call the place that has the Juicy Lucy?
I think we should do a live remote. We were listening to Two
Yeah.
Pros and a Cup of Joe. Before we came in this morning, they're in Dublin. Ahead of Notre Dame Navy kicking off the season week 0. I think we should go to Juicy Lucy in
Trav, I'm gonna need that
Minneapolis.
deep voice again over this music.
All right.
Tell me about some burgers folded over some cheese and onion, maybe.
Well, let's talk to you about the Juicy Lucy. It's a cheese stuffed burger. Originated in Minneapolis, 2 beef patties encased in a molten cheese core, creating flavor with every bite, baby. Yeah, the cheese melts as the burger cooks, resulting in a deliciously gooey core.
I want to slide my beef patties and my gooey core between those buns.
Yeah.
All right, Jack in the Box, hire us already. Come on.
Grab it with 2 hands.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a napkin to sop up all this mess.
A napkin? I'll get you a towel, baby.
I'm just gonna use the bottom of my t-shirt and hope that my wife doesn't get mad at me.
If you weren't ready for work yet, now you are.
We're sorry if you're eating breakfast also.
Yeah, and if
Just
you are,
threw
throw
up.
it on the ground and go get a burger because
Yeah.
it's National Burger Day.
How could we have missed this? How could we have missed this? What an
It's not
oversight.
Mediterranean.
We are going to
Yeah.
clear the decks.
Get
We're
'em.
going to go all burger for the rest of the show. 2 hours, 45 minutes of burger talk
Now, hold on.
starting now.
Because the Padres hit a home run while we were there. In live person. Jumbo Jacks are free today, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like for free?
Yeah,
Like,
I think
oh,
you
wait,
have to
do I
buy
have
a
to buy a
large
drink?
drink.
Should we get jumbo jacks?
I mean,
This diet thing really isn't working.
okay.
Yeah, well,
is
yeah,
there
maybe-
a way?
Yeah, how do you make it Mediterranean?
Is there a way
Hi,
we
could
can
I get one jumbo jack Mediterranean style?
throw a pineapple or some tzatziki on that?
If I'm being completely honest, yes, I'm down to get a jumbo jack.
Okay. How do we all go and get a Jumbo Jack at one time?
Good question.
I mean, is there?
That is actually a really good question. Do we all have to be there, or can we be on StreamYard when you go to the drive-thru?
I don't know the answer. Can we call Sheena?
We could. We should get her on the horn. We should talk to her
I mean,
about
how about
it.
Joe? He's got nothing going on.
Joe, can you grab us 3 Jumbo Jacks for the home run?
He was listening to the Russ Eisenstein interview yesterday, and he's like, "I got to get my max reps up. I got a competition coming to town. This Ohio Bobcats, gentlemen." No, we love Sheena. We love Joe. You know what I hate though is this story about Shohei Ohtani.
Dude, this sucks.
I mean, the elbow continues to be the worst thing ever. He has a tear in his UCL.
Oh,
So he's going in today to get second opinions on whether or not he needs surgery. If you guys remember, a couple years back, he actually had Tommy John surgery.
In 2018.
Yeah. So on his throwing arm too. So this would be his second round through, which we all know, second time through Tommy John, the results are so varied. You have no idea. Like Robert Suarez has had 2 Tommy Johns.
Yeah.
And he's doing okay. Mike Clevenger had 2 Tommy Johns. He's not doing okay. Like it's very mixed results no matter what. But the Shohei Ohtani thing, I just can't help but feel horrible for him. Because what does that number drop to? Because we've been seeing stuff north of $700 million for Shohei Ohtani. If people have no guarantees that he can pitch, where does that number go to?
Well, from a personal standpoint, it's going to drop.
Like, is that a $300 million injury?
It could
probably
be the most expensive Tommy John in the history of the sport. The other side of that coin is look at what the Angels lost. Because if you think about it, so the Angels had an opportunity to trade Shohei Ohtani
for a ton,
for a haul. Now, I said it then, and if Shohei were still healthy now, I would still be saying it. But it seems like trading Shohei Ohtani is not what you want to do. You don't want to be the general manager, Perry Minasian, or you don't want to be the owner and Art Moreno, who trades the greatest baseball player maybe to ever play the game. But on the other hand, if you traded Shohei Ohtani and got everything from a team that was trading for him, and then as a result, he had a UCL injury, I mean, you'd be looked at as like geniuses or at least lucky,
right.
Like you dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, the Angels may have just caught a break because maybe now they can afford to keep him. And maybe now they can afford to keep him to a long-term deal, like Angel for life deal.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's a lot of different ways to look at it. All of a sudden, favor may shine on the Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles, greater county. It's a strange situation. I mean, maybe this brings the price down to a threshold that they can afford. Maybe because Shohei may feel like the Angels extend him some loyalty here. He feels good about it and he sticks around. Either way, though, I mean, when I read this, I didn't see it until Ben or you sent the text this morning.
Right.
And when I saw it, I was like, no, man, this is one of the most exciting stories in sport, let alone baseball, to have a player as capable pitching as he is hitting. And he's one of the best hitters in baseball. And to see this be the result of the season, I mean, just it's almost like a Greek tragedy.
Yeah, no, it does feel that way. It's crushing. It's crushing to the game. I mean, whether you're an Angel fan or not, you have a player out there who does this kind of he's a phenom, and to see this sort of injury and have it play out like this, I mean, it hurts. It hurts as a fan of the game.
And potentially, you're looking at now he's a DH.
Yeah.
And they're like, depending on how bad this is, how severe this is, they don't know if he needs surgery or not. He might. But depending on how bad it is, you could be looking at someone who's a DH the rest of his career, or at the very least moving to the bullpen and DHing for the rest of his career, which that's not worth $700 million.
Well, and again, like you said, at very least for the next potentially couple of years, year and a half, it could be a DH situation, because you can come back and hit even while you're still fully recovering from a Tommy John surgery.
He was the DH in the second game of the doubleheader yesterday.
Yeah.
It was the first game that he left the game due to, it was like he threw 4 outs and then left the game due to the injury.
I was talking to actually my Uber driver, who's a Padres fan, driving in, and we were just talking about this season, and he's as disappointed as you would assume anybody who's been following the Padres all year. And he was talking about Darvish and some of the decision-making with the starting pitching, like where, regardless of how efficient a pitcher has been pitching, they get pulled in the 7th inning. It's like, it doesn't matter. You get to the 7th and all of a sudden these GMs, these managers, they don't want to leave their starter in the game any longer. And yesterday I'm sitting in the backseat of this Uber and I'm like, yeah, no, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. If you throw 83 pitches and you sail through the 7th, like, you should get a bite of the apple in the 8th inning, but this is what every single manager is worried about. This is what every single general manager is worrying about is that third pitch of the 8th inning, even though it's number 86 on the pitch count, is that going to be the one where the elbow goes and then see ya in a year and a half? It's just a complicated time to be managing players, especially how much you pay them, and especially considering how much you pay them, how important their health is.
Yep. Yeah. Also very, very important on the text line right now from the 949. It is confirmed by the 949 that they let you order more than one Jumbo Jack, and you have to buy a large drink, $3.29 for the large soda. He bought 4 at one time, paid about $12. So,
wow.
This is a game changer.
I mean, this is a game changer.
Thank you, Texter.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden on Burger Day, coming back from our trip from Petco, watching a Padres win and a Xander Bogaerts home run, I think we're going to be Mediterranean style jumbo jacking it here today.
It's only right. On the YouTube stream, Infra90 says, after hearing Travis, I'm going to need a few minutes before heading to work this morning.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to stand for the next 30 minutes.
Well, that's called master dating.
There was a D in there.
Yep.
Trust us.
Yep.
Wink.
Speaking of YouTube, before we get to master dating, at 9 o'clock today, we're going bonus coverage. So this show will stay on air after the show, only on YouTube at Big Rich TD Fletch, because the three of us
they're gonna cry.
Are getting hypnotized.
Yeah, Misty Knight is going to take us on a journey into the realm of hypnosis. A journey that she actually started in 1983, where she went to a self-hypnosis class with a friend and immediately stopped smoking. Like, stopped smoking altogether. And so it changed her life. And so she was a believer turned hypnotist. So Misty Knight is going to be joining us in studio to make us bark like dogs, cluck like chickens, get naked in front of all of our friends. Who knows?
Let's make sure we get the burger before Misty comes in.
Yeah, because she may make us stop eating.
Right.
Yeah. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
I would
Could
like
you
to
imagine,
lose some actual weight here.
If she hypnotizes our brains into thinking like chocolate sucks or something.
Oh God.
Then you
no,
never
don't do that.
get to enjoy chocolate ever again.
Maybe she can do that for you. Maybe she can just go with like, I don't know, fish sucks. And that'd be fine.
Fish already sucks for you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't tell her that though.
Whatever happens, don't let her do anything to my taste and my love for pumpkin spice.
Yeah, you got a pumpkin spice latte in here this morning.
Sarah Beebe, who we are consistently involved with now because we have the battle of the KGBs raging on the back burning.
It's correct.
She walked in with a pumpkin spice latte. Now, I started drinking it immediately. I thought afterward, I'm like, that was a mistake. She could have poisoned me. But
gonna die.
Yeah.
On National Orange Burger Day.
Sarah Beebe also had never eaten a peanut before in her life before yesterday at the ball game.
What?
Yeah.
So wait. So there's people who go into anaphylaxis, like who are deathly horribly allergic to peanuts, and we're sitting in section 300 and she goes, today's the day, right now at the ballpark.
She may have had like the ones out of a bag, like Planters peanuts.
Oh, okay.
But she's never had one out of a shell.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to teach her how
got it.
to eat one of those. And so I was showing her, and so I put the tip in my mouth and I took a little bite, and then I made sure, like, you open it up and you
isolate that
peanuts.
just that one.
I know.
Tip in your mouth, take a little bite.
So she, instead of like cracking the shell and then taking the peanuts out, just takes a bite of the peanut with the shell.
Yeah, which, by the way, have you ever done that? Not bad.
It's very salty.
It's not bad. Not bad. However, warning, and this was not with a peanut. I worked with a guy who used to eat sunflower seeds and just eat the shell with the seed.
Yeah.
It tore his intestine open. He had to wear a colostomy bag for like months.
Wait, the best part about sunflower seeds is being able to
crack them and spit them out.
Shells.
No, he didn't. He liked to eat sunflower seeds, but I guess would eat them in the studio and didn't want to spit them anywhere, so he would just chew them up and swallow them.
And just shredded his guts apart.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But he had all these extra colostomy bags, so he would go out to where the smokers sat, and he'd like put a Snickers and fill it with coffee and leave it out on the table.
And then it's just melting. There's peanuts and nougat. I can't even. Oh my God. What would I do if I walked to a table outside and just was like, well, that's somebody's used colostomy bag. Just gonna head in and do my shift here. Not gonna tell anyone. Holy cow. Okay. So yeah, we've covered like 3 things. There's a myriad of things that we need to get to, and we will. Also, we have pairs of tickets to concerts, to Aztecs opener against Ohio Bobcats at Snapdragon Stadium on Saturday. We're going to get you going on all that coming up next. And here's what we're going to be chatting about. JT might go MIA. We'll explain what that means on the other side.
Could JT be going MIA? We'll explain coming up next.
This update is presented by Staples Stores. We will start off with the Padres here, who got a win yesterday, and the reason why is because we were there. They take the series over the Marlins. They win 2 out of 3 games. Yesterday, 4-0. Xander Bogaerts hit a 2-run bomb, and while the Padres were winning, relief pitcher Robert Suarez was actually ejected from the game due to sticky stuff on his left wrist. Sticking with baseball, Angels and Shohei Ohtani got some bad news yesterday. The superstar has a tear in his UCL. He will not pitch again this season. He is getting a second opinion today on whether or not he needs surgery. And in the NFL, the deadline for Jonathan Taylor to find a trade partner for the Colts is coming up. We'll talk about that coming up next. Staples has everything you need for the office and the classroom for less. Now save even more with $50 off your print and marketing services order of $150 or more. Offer ends 8/26. Visit staples.com/print for details. Save for your business at Staples.
Really leaving.
Yeah, so we got a pair of tickets to the Aztecs 2023 home opener against the Ohio Bobcats. You can buy tickets right now at goaztecs.com, or you just keep listening, baby, for your chance to win. Our coverage starts on Saturday. Gets underway with John Schaefer and J.R. Toller at 2 p.m. Then Teddy and Rich, they're going to be on the call at 4. But those tickets are coming up. Meanwhile, you enjoy the sultry sounds of John Bon Jovi. He'll be there for you, just like we will be. We're playing some John Bon Jovi because
you are in the wrong line of work. You've been doing Ford truck commercials.
Oh, you got to pump it up, though, for this chorus now.
I'm the God, give me one more chance, girl. I'll be there for you. These 5 words I swear to you. When you breathe, I want to be the air for you. I'll be there for you. I live and I die for you. I took the stars from the sky for you. Words can't say what love can do, but I'll be there for you. God, I can't wait.
Yes.
I can't wait till John Bon comes in and hears us sing.
We're going to sing all of his hits right to
every
him.
single one. Sit down, John Bon.
JBJ, have you heard this one? This is a little ditty you did back in '86.
Whoa. JBJ, remember when Tommy used to work on the docks?
Yeah.
He's down on his luck.
We do. We do.
Go ahead and tell the people why.
Okay, well,
Right.
it's a big deal. It's a big deal because Jesse Bon Jovi is coming in tomorrow.
Yes.
With
The
his
son of
with his
John Bon
wine.
Jovi.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
There's a probably 45% chance that John Bon Jovi is also on the
Well,
show
we're up to
tomorrow.
45%.
I think so.
It's going up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's trending in the right
Yeah,
direction.
no, without a doubt. What is the name of the wine though? The rosé.
Oh, we looked it up yesterday.
I know.
We showed a
John
picture to
Bon-
Noreen.
The
Yeah,
rosé
sure.
does look awesome.
It does. know.
I just like rosé bottles, but
Hampton water.
Hampton Water. There you go. Which is a perfect name because I'm pretty sure anybody who knows the Hamptons, which is like out east on Long Island, a lot of rosé being poured out there. A lot of rosé. So we are
I
thrilled.
cannot wait. I
Me
can't
too.
wait.
Me too. I'm sure that Jesse isn't going to be as entertained by us singing his father's hits
Fine.
as his father. Well, actually, no, his dad probably won't be either. But we're pumped. We're pumped.
We should come dressed as Bon Jovi.
Oh my God. I'm gonna
How does John Bon Jovi dress?
Well, I mean, if you're looking at like slippery when wet 80s Bon Jovi,
Yeah.
you got to have long crimped hair,
I got that.
a lot of leather, tight pants.
Yep. Definitely a
Maybe
leather
ripped-
jacket.
Yeah, leather jacket, some ripped tight pants, boots.
Or
The square-toed boots with
Yeah.
like that chrome piece of metal on
Hear
the
me
side.
out. What if we break out our onesies again? Because I just found mine.
Oh my God. Yeah. Those I haven't worn it since the last time we all put them on
I
together.
didn't wash
Well,
it either.
I did not either because I'm like, there's no way that's going back on if I watch it. I can't get out of it once I'm in it.
Yeah, it's got to be like 80s John Bon Jovi, not like because when I met Bon Jovi, it was years ago and it was at Patriots practice and he was wearing like pea coats and he was, like turtleneck stuff like that. Like we need like 80s
Feathered
JBJ.
hair, feathered hair.
Feathered hair.
Yeah.
I mean, his hair was still feathered.
Wow. It's always
glorious.
feathered now.
It was so good. Anyways,
He's dreamy.
tomorrow's gonna be a good day.
Mhm.
Tomorrow's gonna be a really, really good day. Very curious how the next week goes. So Thursday to Tuesday, I think, is the amount of time that Jonathan Taylor has, or I guess him and his agent.
We're gonna need some snakeskin.
Wow. Yeah, that's the John Bon
That is
Jovi
a
I remember.
A lot of hair.
We should get our ears pierced.
We need to get our ears pierced. We need to, kill an anaconda if we're gonna have a jacket that size for the three of us.
That is quite the coat.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're gonna need a wallet chain. There's so many things.
Oh, maybe we could. Can we all pick like a different Bon Jovi?
Yes.
I want to be Young Guns 2 Bon Jovi.
I'm gonna see what he looked like when Wanted Dead or Alive came out.
Ooh, that's good.
Because I might be Dead or Alive Bon Jovi.
Okay.
Wanted, Dead or Alive.
How much do you think Jesse hates listening?
Oh, probably a good amount.
Okay, well, it's going to be a terrible day for
Who
Jesse
did
tomorrow.
we meet recently who's the son or daughter of a rock star?
Brett
that
Michaels.
that
Oh,
was Brett Michaels.
yes.
Rain Michaels.
Rain Michaels.
Yeah.
Yes, you're absolutely right. When she came in here, we were asking her about her dad, and we're like, we don't want to know like what everybody else asks you. What do you think of his music? She's like, what do you think I think of his music? And we're just like, got it.
Talk to us about Rock of Love.
Yeah. Is that like discussed every night at the dinner table? Yeah, we got pretty excited about John Bon Jovi, so we got derailed from
Let's go to a different John.
different John. Jonathan Bon Taylor, JBT. He's
Jonathan
seeking a
Taylor
trade.
Thomas.
Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, Home Improvement.
As of, I guess it was Monday, he's been granted, allowance for him and his agent to go talk to teams and figure out who has the draft capital for the Colts and also room in their budget for Jonathan Taylor to become a new team. Name the team, whatever. Miami Dolphin,
Right.
Kansas City Chief, Buffalo Bill,
The Philadelphia Eagles are in.
Philadelphia Eagle. Yeah, I mean, so we'll see where he lands. But
Wait, were the Bills and the Chiefs in the conversation, or were you just throwing out teams?
The two
I'm
names,
just naming teams.
the
now.
two names we've heard. There's 6 teams involved
Yes.
right now. The
Yeah,
two
and I
teams
know
we've
too.
heard are the Eagles and the Dolphins.
Mhm.
Right. And Dolphins were the first team that came out.
And then the report this morning was that the Eagles are like seriously in.
So what's
Wow.
interesting about the Eagles is that's the one spot they haven't shored up completely after Miles Sanders left in free
They
agency.
bring in DeAndre Swift,
Yeah.
often injured. They bring in Rashad Penny, often injured.
Yeah, so it kind of feels like there's a little bit of cracks in the mortar in terms of how well they spackled that little problem on the roster. But Rashad Penny, when healthy, one of the most dominant running backs in this league. DeAndre Swift, unbelievable pass catching option out of their offense. For the Lions, he becomes a Philadelphia Eagle. It seems like it's fine, but yeah, if you bring in a guy like Jonathan Taylor, it's finer.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Jonathan
Yeah.
Taylor doesn't really get hurt. He had one knee issue last year, but for the most part, he is just ground and pound, run the ball.
Yeah, but the Colts are going to be asking a boatload
They want
to let him
either
go.
a first round pick or a package of picks that would equal a first round pick.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the is that confirmed that's what they're asking?
That was the
for?
report when they first announced that Jonathan Taylor was available for trade, like Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it felt a lot like, yeah, Jonathan, absolutely. You don't want to be on this team? Go for it. You go find a team that'll pay for you. That's what it felt like to me, and maybe they will.
And now-
Maybe the Eagles want it.
A team that's going to go out and trade for him has to think, okay, well, we're trading away a first round pick, which means if we're doing that, we're probably going to want to sign him. So is a running back right now in today's NFL, where we know that position's been devalued, worth a first round pick plus $10 million, plus $10 million a year?
See, that's the thing. I personally think the way this story ends is the Colts don't get what they want. Jonathan Taylor doesn't get what they want, and everybody has to get back to the dinner table and find a way to keep things copacetic.
If he's a Colt, does he play?
Yeah, I think he does, because I think he would harm his reputation around the league if he doesn't. And I mean, if he holds out, he gets the dog find out of him by the Colts, and then he hits free agency, I guess, next offseason. And what happens if he gets a subpar contract?
Right.
It's kind of, I don't know, man. I think what's going to happen is he's going to swallow hard and he's going to say, this sucks, but it's just, I'm under contract. I have to play.
So if you were setting betting lines right now, would the Colts be the favorite for him to suit up for this year?
I would say, yeah.
I think I agree.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm on that same page. If something happens, I'd be shocked. And then, listen, I want everyone to be happy, but I agree. I think he'll go out and I think he'll play his tail off, actually, to try to keep any blemishes off his record.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the reality. It's kind of like when your kid threatens, or when you were a kid, you threatened your parents, like, that's it, I'm going to run away. And you pack a bag and, you it ends up being just like 19 pairs of socks and your Tamagotchi.
And your mom says, sure, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what the Colts are doing right now. They're saying, okay. And they show you the door. And then they let you stand on the porch with the door closed, and they just wait with their ears to the door until you start crying. And then they open the door and say, come on in. It's okay.
Right.
That's what this feels like a little bit. He's throwing a fit, and I understand it because he's super talented and he wants more money and he wants respect. And he's not commanding the salary he actually deserves, but he's asking for the moon. And they're saying, hey, bud, like, we just cannot do this.
I get it from the running back position, though. You're talking about people who have the ball in their hands, like, other than the quarterback, the second most times per game.
Yeah.
And they are getting shafted right now. And it's not their fault. It's not the league's fault. It's not front office's fault. It's just the way it is in football now.
You know what he needs to do? He needs to do a little self-love, a little self-care.
The latest trend.
Sometimes
I don't think we can talk about this.
Yes, we can.
I don't think we can.
What? You have to be like the best at whatever you do, including dating.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to look out for numero uno.
It's so bad.
Sometimes you just got to treat yourself.
It's a new trend.
We'll tell you how coming up next. It's the newest trend. You could do it on your own. All right, we'll get to that next. We went on a date yesterday. You know, a classic date. A group of us all went to the ball game, and yeah, you know, you put it on your calendar and you get ready for it, and you meet up at a designated location, have a couple of drinks. Then,
by the way, awesome spot that we were at
Margaritaville
yesterday.
Hotel. Yeah,
So brand new hotel, Margaritaville Hotel San Diego. Check it out if you haven't. Just pop over there for lunch because their upstairs rooftop bar. It's on the 4th floor. It's called 5 o'clock somewhere bar and grill.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Bar
That place
and
is freaking sick.
yeah, it is.
yeah. The if go to Big Rich TD Fletch.
He's never been more genuine in his whole life. That place is freaking sick.
I didn't even want to go to the game. I just wanted to sit there all day.
Well, what was crazy was when you guys were sending me videos, I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's where we should be going.
All the time, right?
Why are we leaving there?
Should start with the game and just end there.
Yeah,
Or
either
stay there.
one and then the other, or just that. That sounds fine. That's why I kept texting you guys, because when I got downtown, I'm like standing outside of Petco waiting for everybody. First pitch had already happened. I'm like, so are you guys coming? Or
We were chugging Red Bull vodkas on the roof.
Yeah.
God, well, that's what we should have done. Anyways, yeah, check out Big Rich TD Fletch on our TikTok, Instagram. There's videos posted there. I don't know if we put it up at x.com, but you can check it out. TikTok.
We did
Instagram.
break the code though, or
What's that?
crack the code. So we were like, hey, can we film, get a little footage of you guys pouring beers?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. So they poured beers and they were just handing them to us.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
like,
Okay.
So
I was
we're
just
like,
like,
we did it.
We're with the iHeart group. We need to get some B-roll. So can we come back behind the bar? They're like, well, you can't come back behind the bar, but we'll just film it for you and hand you the phone back.
Dude.
And then they're like, oh, here's a beer. What do I do with it? Here you go.
Oh my God, you
Yeah.
geniuses.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's the gimmick for now on.
We mentioned it to Noreen and she was like, oh, I'm sure it's on our tab. You
Well, yeah,
idiots.
we didn't pay for it.
Good point. Good point. Also, that is a very good point.
We felt like we won.
Mom pretty much paid for everything for us. So there's that.
Thank you, Mama
Yeah,
iHeart.
exactly.
So singles around cities across the country are now master dating. Okay.
It's with a D.
With a D.
Yes.
Master dating is the act of taking yourself on a date. We read it
From start to finish.
like
Like literally
Yeah.
taking yourself on a date,
Yes.
not lighting some candles and taking yourself on a date.
Well, no, that may happen after dinner.
So
You know, if you buy yourself a nice dinner, you may feel inclined to take yourself home.
Listen to the way this article is written. Singles in the city are self-pleasuring out in public. On any given night, you're likely to spot a giddy guy or gal at a trendy restaurant, bar, museum, or even a fully packed park, single-handedly going at it alone. By it, meaning solo dating, of course. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah.
Master dating, the latest love and relationship trend, has taken social media by storm. It's the practice of lavishing oneself with choice gifts, treats, and outings in an effort to establish a healthy sense of self-sufficiency before entering a serious relationship with someone else. So you first have to date yourself before you can go on dates with anybody else?
Oh my God.
What?
So it says that hashtag master dating is trending.
Uh-huh.
So I just started to write. I wrote MAST, and it came up.
Okay, well, then
Master dating.
it is for sure a trend then. Okay, look at this.
Wow.
The first thing is a guy like close to the camera.
I don't want what.
Yeah, he's not dating.
No, what's this one?
He's going fishing.
Oh, she's going to take herself
that one
on a
says
date.
master dating before another activity.
Gotcha.
Oh, got
Yeah.
You know what? Let's do some homework. This weekend, I want you both to master date.
I'm going to take myself to a football game.
You know what I'm doing? I'm gonna go see Dave Matthews, man.
DMB by yourself?
Yeah.
I think you're lying.
Not really.
I
but
think
yeah,
you're lying.
But yeah, I'm going.
I'm going to take myself to a football game too. And then on Sunday, maybe I'll go catch a flick, a movie.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
You're actually home alone, though.
Yeah. You're really going to be.
You are actually going to master date.
I want you to film yourself eating like a lean cuisine. I know. As I was finishing that sentence, I don't want you to post it to our TikTok. We're looking for likes. We love those hearts.
How'd your underdog do yesterday, by the way? You sent us a picture of your underdog.
Oh, yeah, I lost it. Darn
Josh
it.
Bell?
Yeah. So Underdog Fantasy is the app that Ben's talking about. I did the pick'em, but you could do it live in-game pick'ems for Major League Baseball games. And so I did strikeouts and on base percentage basically for a couple of the players in the game. I'm telling you, it makes games so much more interesting because now you're at the ballpark and you got a little skin in the game. You know, I put up, I think $10, opportunity to win 10 times that on my ticket. So a lot of fun. Anyways, Underdog Fantasy, you can do this with the NFL. You could do this with Major League Baseball. You could do this with the PGA. You could do all season long or season-long stats on the pickup game. So the way it works, 2 to 5 players. You select whether they're going to go higher or lower on their season total stats. And then spend your Thursday nights, your Monday nights, your Sundays watching the football games just like you normally would. And like I said, the ticket I put together, you can win up to 20 times your money in a single game by going 5 for 5. I love this app. We all have this app. We played it last season toward the end of the football season. Build your team today. Head over their easy-to-use mobile app or go to underdogfantasy.com to sign up. And when you do sign up with promo code XTRA, and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. So if you put in 25, it turns into 50. 50 turns into 100. If you put in 100, if you use promo code XTRA, it turns into $200 for you to play with all season long. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code XTRA, must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with the play? 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Okay. Big show today, a lot to give away. We have 3 pairs of concert tickets we still haven't mentioned. We have a pair of Aztecs tickets that we have to give away on the other side. We will. This is Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
This update is presented by the Jim Patrol Real Estate Team. It's hour 2 on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Padres, they take the series over the Marlins as they win 2 out of 3. Yesterday was a 4-0 win. Xander Bogaerts hit a 2-run shot. Padres were winning, but relief pitcher Robert Suarez was ejected from the game due to sticky stuff on his left wrist. Sticking with baseball, Angels and Shohei Ohtani got some bad news yesterday. The superstar had a tear in his UCL. He will not pitch again this season. He is getting a second opinion on whether or not he needs surgery. And in the NFL, the deadline for Jonathan Taylor to find a trade partner for the Colts is coming up. As of right now, the Dolphins and the Eagles look like the favorites to make a deal, or if he doesn't just stay with the Colts. Saturday, Aztecs football, 4 o'clock kickoff, 2 o'clock pregame show. John Schaefer, J.R. Tolver, who will be joining the show at 8:15. And then Rich Ornberger and Ted Leitner have the call starting at 4. We still got tickets for that game to give away coming up on the show today. Would you like to know what your home would sell for today? Get a simple text message with your home's value by texting your address to 855-600-6000. You'll get no phone call, just a text. Jim Patrol has the buyers. Simply text your address to 855-600-6000.
Yeah! Woo! Happy Thursday to those who celebrate. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you, and we are super pumped because we're only 2 show hours away from getting ready for Bar Car Friday, where we're going to have Hampton Water in studio, a rosé brought to you by the one, the only John Bon Jovi son. His son, Jesse, is going to come in and he is going to, I guess, pour us all some rosé, and we're going to just like a couple of yentas on the front porch. We're going to be cheersing.
Wait for this. I'm so excited.
And we're going to be wine guys tomorrow.
Oh, this is one of the best days of my life.
We're going to class it up real good.
Yeah, we are.
We should wear, that's what we should do. We should wear tuxedos.
I don't own a tuxedo.
Right. We should rent.
Do you have
tuxedo.
one? Rent?
No, I don't know.
You don't have one that I could wear?
You only rent tuxedos. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Unless you're a waiter.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Who really owns a tux? It's
I
like,
honestly don't even have nice clothes.
I don't know.
Like,
Mitt Romney probably has several tuxedos.
Ben, we know.
I got a lot of polos.
Tommy used to work on the dock.
You're damn right he did. You're damn
Union
right he
went
did.
on strike. He was down on his luck. So tough.
Whoa, oh. So looking forward to that. That's going to be a
That
big
eye
deal.
contact was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, I was.
Oh, you held it. Yeah.
Cannot wait for this.
So Keg and Bottle, 10 locations across San Diego, is going to be coming in. We're going to be sitting down with Jesse Bon Jovi, and we're going to be trying some of his wine. At every turn, Travis keeps showing us different outfits that JBJ wore.
Dibs.
Dude, yeah.
I knew you were going to choose that one. I knew you were going to choose that one.
Those are leather sequin chaps.
Yeah, they are. And
Ben,
just a vest, no shirt.
If you show up wearing that, it'll be the coolest version of Ben
without a
we've
doubt.
ever seen.
I thought he was actually naked in this one, but it's just like
Oh, no, he's
nude-
wearing
it's
boots.
Nude, it's nude colored tight leather pants. You got wear like a bolo tie though. No shirt.
All right, I'll figure out some thrift store shopping today.
Please do. Oh man. Yep. So anyways, Keg and Bottle, Bar Car Friday. That's coming up tomorrow. Little Hampton Water.
I'll be honest, I don't think leather pants would look very good on me.
What?
See,
That's wrong.
defeatist
I know that
attitude.
surprises you guys, but I really,
I think you'd look great in leather
I
pants.
think they would.
There's
That'd be
only one way to find out.
bad for how sweaty
Yeah.
of a person I am.
Well, they'd be drenched. There's no question about that.
No, they'd hold it all in.
You would
That's the problem.
You'd take it off and it'd just be like a bucket of water hitting the
The
ground.
chafing would be
gross,
terrible.
Gross. I mean, dude,
You
you
could
would
start a
not,
whole ecosystem with that
It
humidity.
looked like your water broke.
it's a thriving ecosystem.
What does
guys.
Travis say? Teeming with life.
It's teeming with life
That-
inside of Ben's leather chaps.
That is also true. So, hey, you know the toad I caught the other day?
Oh yeah, you send us a picture of this.
So I catch the toad last night. Our cat won't come inside. I'm like, oh no, what's he doing out there? He did not kill the toad, but he was hanging out with the toad.
Did you get the cat and bring it inside?
Yeah.
Here's what toads, or I should say cats, will do. So my mother-in-law has 5 of them. They get out in your yard. Obviously, they'll run away if they're not trained well. And hers all do. And what they'll do is like with lizards and frogs and stuff, sometimes they'll do that. They'll just keep it in front of them and then it'll try to like hop or run away from them.
Yeah.
And then they'll chase it down, pounce on it, and then bring it back to the spot it was, and then just leave it there.
So what's happening?
And it'll do it for hours. And
That's
then
exactly what
eventually
happened.
it'll just like kill it and then move on with the night, which is also kind of sad to
Yeah.
watch.
I was trying to let that toad know that's a $12,000 cat there.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Don't
Yeah.
want to mess around with that.
Is that Mittens?
That's Finley.
Finley. That's it. I forgot the name of the cat.
Nearly a catastrophe.
I'd like to draw your
feel bad
guys'
about
attention to the text line, not for out loud, but for inside thoughts.
Oh, wait a
Okay,
minute.
inside
Read
thoughts.
that top text from the 619.
Well, there's that option too. Look, we just talked about it. There's
you
a
don't have to
trend.
buy dinner.
There's a trend sweeping the nation called master dating, which is when you literally take yourself on a date and buy yourself gifts and flowers and stuff like that. A lot of people on the text line are taking this to a whole new level.
Yeah.
They are, let's put it this way, getting lucky on the first date.
For sure. 949 says, what if you guys get hypnotized today and never get unhypnotized? Can't get out of hypnosis. Aren't you scared? Well, I wasn't until right now.
Wait, we
Good.
can get stuck in an eternal loop of hypnosis?
Point. Never thought of it, actually. Makes a lot of sense. A little worried.
Hold on.
We were kind of like the cat with the
Hold
toad. We
on.
were just like shiny object. Get it.
Does
Yeah.
Misty Knight, is she one of the hypnotists that is like, I want to better yourself?
Yes.
Oh, she's not the, I'm going to turn you into a frog.
No, she does both. Like so it's a duo. So Misty and the
Does
Sandman.
both.
The Sandman, his
What?
like job is to get them super like funny.
Wait a
Stupid.
minute.
You know,
Wait a
Misty's job is like self-betterment.
The Sandman sounds like someone who's going to come haunt me in my dreams.
Sandman's not coming in.
I want to help her out by saying, like, I need you to help me stop smoking. I don't smoke. So, like, that's just
Yeah,
a
don't-
win
don't
for
let
me.
me start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but then when we go golfing, you can't have a cigar.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, there's a lot of things that like I want to say, like I need your help with this or that.
Right.
But there are parts of my life that I would miss a lot. Like, yeah, you need to help me not eat junk food as much, but I like junk food a lot. Like I know what it's doing, but
Speaking of,
yeah.
are we going to make a Jack in the Box run? Are we not doing that? Is that
feels
no
like
longer
we
a
should.
thing on the show?
It's not up to me.
We've got
Well,
jumbo
we're
jacks.
Looking at you though, free jumbo jacks because we were at the Padre game
We
yesterday.
were.
If you want to
there.
run the board, I'm happy to run.
I can run the board.
Do not know how to do
What-
that.
I can run the board. Do I have to do anything, or we just
Hit buttons.
we just have like 14 minutes of I don't have to do much?
Just
You,
point
like,
to the button we
push a
press
button
when
every
you do
once in a
the
while.
thing. Like
Yeah.
when it goes the thing. Like hit,
It's the thing.
show us the.
You want me to go to commercial break here?
Yeah, that's
wait,
the one.
Wait a minute. Why did we do that so soon?
Okay.
Rich
No,
has
wait.
to see the thing.
That's the one. So all
Okay,
you gotta do
I
is
just
just
press
press that
that one?
one. That's
Okay.
it.
Do you want to run to Jack in the Box?
I suppose I could. Are they open right now?
Are you kidding? And they never close.
Dude, yeah, I went there at this exact time yesterday, I think. When did we go last? That was
That
2
was like
days ago?
Monday.
Oh, no, Tuesday.
That was Tuesday.
That was Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that covers
That
it.
covers
$20 covers it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you later, Ben. Ben's going.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Do I really have to run the board?
No,
Yeah, I
dude.
mean,
You
no,
just
we'll
stay
let that.
right-
We'll just let that be empty.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Everything's
it's fine.
fine. Oh,
It's fine.
StreamYard us.
Yeah.
I forgot to
wait.
do it last time I left.
Oh yeah. Can I wait? Hold on. Wait. Come back.
Wait, where is he
Wait,
going?
Hold on.
He's clicking.
Can I
Can't hear you guys. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you, so that's fun. I don't know. I'll mute myself. You guys can just watch. Just do play-by-play. I can't hear you.
This camera back in. I did that.
There we go. Now we should be able to hear everybody.
Okay, cool.
All right. All
right, bye.
All right.
Okay,
he's hanging
bye.
Up. Okay. All right. Let's see if it works. He's Fletch action cam up and unmuted. And can you hear us, Benjamin Fletcher? Yes? No, he was completely wrong.
Yeah, that was he did not do that correctly. He shouldn't have hung up.
He should not have hung up.
Oh wait,
the
hang
phone.
on, hang on.
Yeah. You do things now.
Oh wait, he unmuted himself. I don't know. This was a mistake.
Big mistake. Call him back though.
Okay,
get him back on the line.
Hang on, I'm calling him back.
Okay, very cool. All right. Also, because since we're talking about JR, he'll join us in the 8:00 hour. Sat down, did the Brady Hoke show last night. That's going to be 6 p.m. every single Wednesday night from here on forward throughout the football season. It was really nice to be back on campus with Coach Hoke. And we got into talking a little bit about the times we're in with name, image, and likeness and the rules around recruiting. In fact, I was talking to a couple of people around the building, and it's really changed the landscape of recruiting. Like recruiting, there used to be windows where, you just spend the time to look at high school players, maybe some JUCO transfers, junior college players. And that was pretty much how you set your roster. Well, now the transfer portal's open. Wait a second.
High school players.
Oh, I just heard myself.
Well, Ben, you got to turn us off.
Yeah. You turn on. We got the mix and the minus.
I did not know.
I can hear Ben. Hang on.
Just hang up on me.
Why?
Because this isn't worth it.
Oh, man.
It feels worth
It's all right.
it.
I'm at Jack in the Box. I'll be there soon.
All right.
Wow.
We miss
Okay,
you.
that's
Keep
sad.
your camera on so we can look at you.
Yeah.
All right. Ben is now speaking to the drive-through speaker.
That's right.
He's at Jack in the Box. We're going to get our jumbo jacks because we attended the Padres game. They got a 4-0 win, and Xander Bogaerts hit a home run. So with the purchase of a large drink, you can get a jumbo jack. And so naturally, in the middle of our show, this is the time to do it. At 7:16 in the morning, it's time to get our jumbo jacks.
And naturally, we made the guy who pushes all the buttons go.
I love our decision-making process. Ben saw this coming. He was like, no, this is an awful idea. We're like, no, it's fine. Look, Travis got a 20.
Yeah, we could go. No problem at all. So now I'm here in Ben's spot, and I mean, I really don't know what to do.
Okay, don't panic. That button he showed us to press,
Yeah.
if all else fails, just send us to commercial.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Who gives a heck?
But we're not going to commercial for 7 minutes or so.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we'll get Ben's picks here in a second.
Okay.
But I wanted to actually we'll do the divisional breakdown in a second. I wanted to finish this thought about recruiting these days. So Brady Hoke show yesterday. It's going to be 6 p.m. every Wednesday throughout the football season. I mentioned, Travis, that when I was talking to Coach Hoke with John Schaefer yesterday on the Brady Hoke show, he was talking a little bit about recruiting. We asked him questions about how difficult it is to fill out a roster these days because you have the transfer portal. And not only is the transfer portal beneficial to building your roster, but also could be detrimental, because you could lose players in the transfer portal and things like that happen all the time. And so you're in a situation now where, say, one of the kids who you took from high school, recruited him from high school, wanted to come to San Diego State, had an awesome freshman, sophomore campaign with you, gets offered $200,000 in NIL money to go play elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you basically put in all the groundwork to make them a successful college football player, and then they get to go reap the benefits and play for a different football program. That's a really tough spot to be in as a head coach or any coach on the team.
Yeah, that sucks. It's remodeling your house and somebody else gets all the equity out of it. That's a very, very tough spot. But I don't know how you fix it.
Yeah.
What do you do with it?
That's a really good comparison. And that's exactly what it feels like. It's like doing something great that's going to enrich your life, but then never getting to reap any of the rewards for it.
Yeah.
And
you have to move out and somebody took all the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's fun. I never got to enjoy that.
Right. Yeah. We put in vaulted ceilings.
Yeah.
We put in skylights. We put in a new kitchen island. We bought all new appliances. What do we got?
I'm watching Ben. He's driving away from Jack in the Box right now. He's got the bag in hand. I don't know. He had to buy drinks, right? I don't know. He's holding the bag up right next to his face. It's a little close, uncomfortably close.
He is, honest. I will say this, incredibly efficient.
He really, really is.
I mean, that was about as fast. Well,
he's nodding his head in agreement right now.
I'm giving him the credit as if he made the jumbo jacks. I mean, clear. You know what? Jack in the Box. This trip was super fast, and it was all Ben. Because he got behind the flat top and he made our burgers for us.
That's right. I'm watching this. He's at a stoplight now, it appears. Nope, still moving. It was just frozen.
Wow.
That's fine.
Just running every red.
Yeah. So it looks like he's almost already back to the building here. This is incredible. Wow. Oh no, I know where he's at. He's at the stoplight.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, he's at the left-hand turn.
Making the left. Yeah.
Nope, he's saying no, he's not. I don't know. This is a fun game though, but only for us.
Yeah.
Right.
My thought on recruiting in general at the college level at this point is there needs to be guardrails. I'm not smart enough to tell you what they should be. And maybe J.R. Tolver, when he joins us later on, he'll help us because he's a little bit closer to the name, image, and likeness flame. Mm-hmm. He's helping raise money through Aztec Link for a bunch of these Aztec football players or potential football players because, independently, you can recruit. There's no rules against, a collective going out and looking at other players and trying to strengthen a program, et cetera, et cetera. But my point is I don't know what the change should be, but it feels like you're going to squeeze out a huge section of college athletic departments from being able to be and field really competitive teams because there's going to be this constant cycle of players coming in and out of your program. And it's not going to be on the 3 or the 4 year span like it used to be. It's going to be almost annually.
Yeah, I mean, yes. And I don't know as far as a fix for it, other than you start signing contracts like the NFL and you're locked in. You can't go anywhere. And if you want to go somewhere, all of a sudden now you're looking at a trade scenario. So, what is the school getting back for letting a player go to a different school, which on one hand is terrible for a player, in my personal opinion. But I mean, that does protect the school, that does protect the team, and that does make it to where teams can be competitive for the long term.
Yeah. And look, college football is one of my favorite sports to watch, right? College basketball during March is probably my third place. NFL is number one, but college football is way up there on the list. It's because I felt like similar to the NFL, not the same, but similar to the NFL, anybody has a shot any year. But that's all of a sudden, especially over the last decade, feeling less and less true. Now you'll have the Cincinnati's of, this past 5 years break their way into the playoff, or you have a TCU team that nobody was really expecting to stay on that amazing run they went on this season, and they got a big win over Michigan. They got smoked in the national title game, but there are these great stories of teams, kind of the underdog mentality. You get them filing their way or finding their way to the top. But at the same token, I feel like the rich get richer, that overused phrase here when we talk about college football, that's becoming more and more true. And there's a little bit more sympathy for the coaches and for these athletic departments that I once had, because the truth is, I do want players to get paid. I want them to benefit greatly from this game that benefits these college conferences and the NCAA and these schools and athletic departments, obviously greatly. But I also don't want to see teams like San Diego State go through incredible struggles where once they could be super competitive and obviously fight their way all the way to a national championship on the basketball side. Maybe in 5 years that's impossible because they can't possibly, give the type of money to players through their donors and boosters that a USC or UCLA can.
Yep. No, I totally agree. I feel the exact same way. I also want to see our listeners get paid in the form of tickets.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to do one giveaway now?
No. But we have a giveaway we need callers for. As we break.
You're a genius.
If that's cool with you. 844-570-1360. We have a whole slew of tickets, which I don't have in front of me, but I'm pretty sure we've got Aztec home opener.
Yep.
We've got Godsmack. We got Pantera. We got Jumbo Jackson Studio. He's back with, wow.
He did it. He made it.
He made it just in time. But 844-570-1360. If you want to play Mustache You a Question, what's that, Ben?
What do you got? Anything? He's got 3 drinks.
I thought he asked a question.
No. He was just shouting.
Nothing. We're going to go to break.
Okay.
Mustache You a Question coming up next. And you. Bye. We've got Aztec tickets. We've got 50 Cent tickets. We got Pantera tickets. We got Godsmack tickets. And we're playing Mustache You a Question coming up next.
All right, everyone's back in their same seats. Everyone can hear everyone. This is good. This update's presented by AutoZone. Starting off with the Padres, they take the series over the Marlins. They win 2 out of 3. Yesterday, it was a 4-0 win. Xander Bogaerts hit a 2-run bomb just for us. So since Xander did that, we went and got Jack in the Box this morning. You're welcome. While the Padres are winning, relief pitcher Robert Suarez, he was ejected from the game due to sticky stuff on his left wrist. And sticking with baseball, the Angels and Shohei Ohtani got some bad news yesterday. The superstar has a tear in his UCL. He is not going to pitch again this season. He will be getting a second opinion on whether or not he needs surgery. Over in the NFL, the deadline for Jonathan Taylor to find a trade partner for the Colts is looming. As of right now, the Dolphins and the Eagles look like the two teams who are in the mix. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions do apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Bigger CD and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. We have a whole mess of tickets to give away. We have a pair of tickets to the Aztecs opener against the Ohio Bobcats. That's happening this Saturday. We've got a pair of tickets to go see 50 Cent at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater August 31st. We have a pair of tickets to see Pantera at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater this Saturday, and a pair of tickets to Godsmack at North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. Tickets and info there, go to Ticketmaster.com, or if you want to buy tickets for the Aztecs home opener, go Aztecs.com. Is where you got to go. But it's Thursday, and we got to give a pair of tickets away, so we're going to do this right here.
Hairy upper lip or nah? It's up to you to determine. If you want the prize, you have to play the game. It's time. We mustache you a question.
But before we do, and we will be welcoming on
the lead.
our listener contestant, we have some business to tend to.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the Padres game yesterday. 4-0 win for the Pods. You're welcome.
Yeah. We've attended one game. They've won one time.
They're 1-0.
Yeah.
Also, Xander Bogaerts, while we were in attendance at this game, hit a home run. So what does that mean for San Diego?
And he turned and pointed to us and said, "Thank you, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch for being here."
Yep.
Free jumbo jacks. So naturally, in the middle of the show, we sent Ben, who's the only person here who's capable of running the board, as it turns out, to go pick up jumbo jacks. With the purchase of a large soda, you can get, which I have root beer, I'm not mad about that. You can get a jumbo jack. Ben's already dug in.
This
We're already
Mediterranean,
almost done.
Mediterranean jumbo jack.
This is definitely on the Mediterranean diet. Look at this burger. My God.
Come on.
This
I'm
is
pretty happy.
This is free.
Well, it's like $3.50.
Because
Maybe
you
a
bought a
little less.
drink.
This is so good. This is so good.
I mean, but the drink is like a gallon.
okay. Look at the size of this bite. Also, I'm absolute. Oh, I just lost a tomato and a pickle.
That's fine. You're not gonna miss anything with that.
Maybe give the pickle to Kevin.
Anyways, we got tickets to give away. Let's get this game show rolling here.
That was delicious.
Right. All right. Dennis, I believe, is our number one.
Yeah.
Okay. Dennis, how are you, man?
I'm good, brother.
Right on, right on.
All right, Dennis.
Wish I had a jumbo jack, though.
I'll tell you what, you know what, Dennis? You go to a Jack in the Box today, tell them thanks to Xander Bogarts, Big Rich CD and Fletch sent you.
All right.
Exactly.
So, Dennis, the way this game is played is quite easy.
Ask for Sheena.
Yeah, ask for Sheena. She's at every Jack in the Box location. This is the easiest game you'll ever play. Basically, we're going to play a clip for you, and you just have to tell us whether or not the person you hear has a mustache.
I win.
And Ben won the eating contest. He finished his Jumbo Jack first.
Wow.
All right, Dennis, are you ready to play?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Before he's ready to play.
Oh,
What do you want to play for, Dennis? We have Aztecs tickets. We got 50 Cent tickets. We got Pantera tickets. And we got Godsmack tickets.
That's good.
Aztec.
Yeah, right on. Right on, right on. Okay, so Dennis playing for Aztec tickets. Are you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go. Clip number one.
Then talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. Buttered sausage. It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
Okay. So, Dennis,
I'm uncomfortable.
very simple question. Does the voice you just heard have a mustache or not?
I'm going to guess yes.
Wow, you are incorrect. That is Gary Busey on a recent podcast interview sounding
big ass teeth.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
Do you remember Gary Busey? Like, really remember him, Ben?
Yeah.
No, just from Entourage.
Oh, okay. No, yeah.
Oh, no.
Before
Come on.
Entourage, he was a movie star.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I feel like the first time I remember him was it Lethal Weapon?
Yeah.
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 And he
Lethal
was
Weapon.
he was a villain.
He was a villain. Point Break.
Oh, yeah, that's
he
right.
was the
That's
cop
right.
in Point Break.
Yeah.
That was an amazing movie. Okay, so Dennis, you're down 0-1. You don't want to get in the 0-2 hole. You don't. So you're going to need to answer this next question. We must ask you a question. Does this person have a mustache or not?
Gordon Street. Oh, yes. Gordon Street. I once knew a girl who lived on Gordon Street a long time ago when I was a young man. Not a day passes I don't think of her. And promise I made, which I will always keep. That one perfect day on Gordon Street.
Uncomfortable again. 2 for 2.
Yeah, we are nailing it today. Travis really went off the deep end finding clips for this segment.
You okay, pal? You got something you want to talk about?
Dennis, we must ask you a question. Does this person have a mustache or not?
Yes.
Ooh, no, that's incorrect. Incorrect. Charlton Heston. That's from Wayne's World 2, actually. Are you tripping, Jumbo Jack?
I got so much mayonnaise and ketchup on myself just now.
That is unfortunate, Dennis. Unfortunate. You are in the 0-2 hole, which is fine. I mean, you can get the next 3 in a row here. We've seen it done, Dennis. It happens. But that was Charlton Heston, very clean shaven.
Yeah.
Almost always, I think.
I've never seen him with facial hair, to my recollection.
Yeah.
Maybe in Planet of the Apes. I can't remember if at one point he grows out the scruff
Oh, he might grow up
when he's in the cage and when he's trapped.
That's
All right.
true.
Anyways, we need a big comeback here.
We do. Dennis, here's clip number 3 for you.
What do you call a group of men waiting in line for a haircut? A barbecue. What did Newton think when he discovered gravity? Is about to go down. I started to invest in stocks. Beef, chicken, and vegetable. I hope one day I'll be a billionaire.
Billionaire.
Bullion. He's a billionaire. This is not a famous individual at all, I guess, unless you're flipping through TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what it's about. It's about, does that voice have a mustache? Dennis, yes or no? We must ask you that question.
Oh, God. How the hell would I know? I'll go with no.
Wow, Dennis, we have to
Dennis,
immediately
yeah.
hang up on Dennis and go straight to Manny.
Yeah.
And we've entered sudden death
We
mode
have
here.
entered sudden death. Yeah, that was the guys from Doc Talk.
Yeah.
2 guys sitting on the dock making punny jokes, and fat mustache there. Now, does Manny have the opportunity to change what they're playing for?
Or do they have to stick with
are they
Aztecs?
sticking with Aztecs? All right, we're going back to dealer's choice.
I don't know.
Manny, it's sudden death. What do you want to play for? Aztec tickets, 50 Cent, Pantera, or Godsmack?
I'm going to stick with those Aztecs tickets.
Okay,
Nice.
all right. I
Going,
like
there
that a
going.
lot.
Good choice.
I like it a lot. Okay, sudden death. You get this one right, and you win Aztec tickets.
This
you
is
ready
huge.
to go?
This is huge, Manny.
Ready, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
In a mere 30 seconds of sunlight on your, you will receive more energy from this electric node than you would in an entire day being outside with your clothes on.
Okay, Manny, I want you to really think about what was said in that clip and think to yourself, is that the kind of voice that would have a mustache? And I think you'll be led to Providence here. Manny, we must ask you a question. Does that person have a mustache?
You know what? I'm gonna say that's the voice that does not have a mustache.
Wow, Manny!
No, Manny!
It was the line.
It was a terrible mustache, but it was very long.
It was long.
Yeah.
It looked like one of those hipster stashes that could be gone, like twisted into like a handlebar mustache.
We got one clip left, and I've just opened up the phone line. 619, who are you?
No,
Luke?
no, Joe.
Joe. Okay, Joe. It's sudden death. Do you want to play for Aztecs tickets? Do you want to play for 50 Cent? Do you want to go see Pantera? Or do you want a pair of tickets to Godsmack? Your choice.
I want to see Pantera.
Okay. So Joe is playing for Pantera tickets.
no
This
Sounds
is
like a cowboy from Hill.
again sudden death, Joe. So we're going to play one clip for you. If you get this right, you are going to see Pantera. Ben, if you could. Right. Now, you don't
This one I feel tricky, I gotta say.
you don't know what he said, but you know that he said it. Now, Joe, for those Pantera tickets, we must ask you a question. Does that person have a mustache or not?
Well, my guess is he does.
Oh, no! That's wrong! That was Farmer Fred from The Waterboy.
That is incredible. So that's
Hey,
pretty
that was
sweet.
over 5.
So Farmer Fred had beautiful chops.
Mutton chops.
Yeah, mutton
No
chops,
mustache.
but no mustache.
That is
so-
our first 0 for 5 ever in
Wow.
Mustache You a Question.
This is unbelievable. So the phone lines are lit up. Do we just take a caller?
I guess we just take a caller at this point. It's never happened
Or
before.
do we make them hold on and we'll find another clip?
I guess
I got
maybe
something.
Hang on.
All right,
Hang on. Ben's gonna. Do we need to grab one of these phone calls?
Ben's going into his secret stash right now of clips. He has voices. These voices may or may not have facial hair. And we are going to play one of these clips for our listening audience coming up here in just a moment. One of you callers at 844-570-1360, not only are you going to enter sudden death, where one question wins you tickets, but you're also going to have your choice of Aztecs, 50 Cent, Pantera, or Godsmack. So we go to the phones right now. Caller from the 951, reveal yourself. Who are we speaking with? Hello.
Hello, you there from the 951? Ron.
Okay, Ron, you need to turn your radio down and you need to put your listening ears on. This is for it all.
Yeah. So Ron, if you get this right, we got to know what you're playing for. Aztec tickets, 50 Cent, Pantera, or Godsmack. What tickets do you want? Pantera, love it. August 26th. That's this Saturday at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. This is for all the marbles. Ron, does this voice have a mustache?
Ben,
Because
I don't care what you say. I'm going to give you a facial.
There it is. There it is, Ron. We must ask you a question. Does that voice have a mustache?
No.
I think we have a winner. He just wanted to sell a pair of tickets to go see Pantera at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater this Saturday, August 26th. For tickets and info, everyone else can go to Ticketmaster.com. But you, Ron, you are going courtesy of Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. How you feeling, buddy? Okay, he's on hold. So yeah,
We'll talk to Ron
so
later.
he's feeling really good. Is what I heard right before he went on hold.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's incredible.
So hang on, Ron. Then we'll get your info. I'm exhausted.
As it
I'm
turns
still
out,
uncomfortable.
as it turns out, that last voice was me.
That was you.
That was me telling Ben about skincare. All right, well, it worked. I don't know how, but we found a way to give away tickets today. Playing Mustache You a Question.
We'll have to do it 3 more times.
The word mustache, a mustache, a mustache. Now we turn the word mustache, a mustache, a mustache. If you only had a mustache. Whoa! Yes. Yes.
Wow.
That works. That worked for us. All right. Coming up next, we're going from the penthouse to the outhouse in 3 years. Oh, man. We've got some big plans a week out from tomorrow. We'll start cluing our listeners in as we shape things out here, but a big extravaganza is where we'll leave it for now. So up in the Bay Area, there was a competition that was won, and it's kind of like if a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound if nobody is there to hear it? This is what that feels like, because this wasn't a battle for a starting job like Geno Smith beating out Drew Lock in Seattle Seahawks camp last year.
Mhm.
And then obviously what he turned that into was a multi-year extension. Geno Smith getting broke off after this miraculous season he just had in 2022. But ahead of the 2023 season in San Francisco with the 49ers, the competition I'm talking about is for the backup job. So Brock Purdy's the named starter. Kyle Shanahan said he literally has to melt in order for him not to be their opening day starter. Trey Lance has now been shuffled down the list to the third string quarterback.
Wow.
Sam Darnold is going to be Brock Purdy's backup. Sam Darnold just got to San Francisco.
Right.
Sam Darnold was with the Panthers, and now he's with San Fran. This is such a fall from grace for Trey Lance. It's almost unfathomable. He was a third overall pick in 2021. He's the third string quarterback on that same team's roster.
He's played, what, 5 quarters?
I think, yeah. Well, he's played 4 games.
No, he started a couple games his rookie year when Jimmy had some issues with his foot, I think. And so he played 2 games. One of them he looked okay. One of them he was awful. And then his second year, where he was the unquestioned starter heading into the season, he played the first game, which was a torrential downpour rainstorm in Chicago.
Yep.
And then the second game, he got hurt on the second drive.
Yep.
Oh, on the second drive.
So he's appeared, I believe, in 4 games altogether throughout his entire playing career. Wow. And he's all of a sudden the third string quarterback. So, look.
I was hearing Nick Wright talk about this on Colin yesterday, and it does seem like Trey Lance hasn't gotten a fair shot. And I don't disagree with Kyle saying that Brock Purdy should be the starter. If you go 8-0 like he did, and you look that good with having that little time to get ready for your first pro game, like there's some sort of X factor with Brock Purdy that not every quarterback has. However, with the amount you mortgage to get Trey Lance, he doesn't deserve this. Well, I really don't think he does.
Yeah, but there's something obviously happening in practice.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it's mental with Trey, unfortunately. And I'm not saying I would do anything differently because everything they're doing is by the books what you would do. But Trey Lance, just out of all the people from even his draft class, it feels like everyone's gotten a much bigger opportunity to thrive than he has.
So he's actually appeared in 8 games. So I misspoke. The games that he started was the 4 games I was saying. So it's 4 starts, 8 games that he's appeared in.
The
over
times
the course.
he appeared otherwise were like goal line plays, where it was
special packages. Yeah. But he's attempted 102 passes, right? So a very small sample size. You figure Mahomes is going to eclipse that in 2.5 games. But 102 passes, he's completed 55 of them, 55% of them, I should say. I mean, he's inaccurate with the ball through that small sample size. And he's thrown, touchdowns to interceptions, 5 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, which isn't a great ratio. Look, here's the deal. That is too little of information to base the rest of his career off of.
Right.
Trey Lance could have a complete renaissance if he leaves San Francisco. He's not being given an opportunity or a fair shake at this thing because they've got better options and they have a window that's open now and they can't tinker with starting a brand new quarterback at this point. That's what it comes down to. It's business after all.
Yeah, and I mean, he would probably have to leave San Francisco in order to get a fair shot, or maybe he's getting a fair shot there, but another shot.
So
let's
think about jobs that are probably open next year. I mean, Minnesota, could that be one? Is Kirk Cousins? This is last year as a Viking.
It's possible, but
we'll see what happens with the Colts this year.
That was a playoff team though last year in Minnesota.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that it'd be Kirk Cousins' fault, but I'd say that could have just run its course with him in Minnesota.
Something would have to go disastrously wrong in Indianapolis for them to be looking for a quarterback next year. They just drafted Anthony Richardson 4th overall. And that's kind of the point I'm saying about Trey Lance is, I mean, it really must be going so poorly at practice. And like you said, Ben, it could be like a confidence thing. It could be all mental at this point. But when you take a guy 3rd overall, I mean, same thing. We were just talking about Richardson. When you take a guy in the top 5 picks, like you're going to give him his fair shake.
So over the weekend, we had that tropical storm. Right, Hillary came in, and there was supposed to be widespread flooding, craziness throughout San Diego. My sister lives in Michigan.
Yeah,
they had a storm last night. That's her front yard.
Oh my gosh! Oh my
Are
gosh,
those
dude.
cars underwater?
Wow. Yeah. So okay. So how much rain did she get?
A ton, but
Well,
that's
yeah.
not like it's not being covered or talked about. That's just Michigan.
Well, it wasn't a hurricane, guys. That was Hillary. I mean, she was angry.
She was.
She was storming up the Mexican coast, downgraded
Yeah.
to a tropical storm.
Yeah.
Tell you
Fortunately
what,
for
this
us.
Jack in the Box was a game changer today.
Yeah.
I feel good.
Oh, you do?
I'm ready to get hypnotized.
I'm ready to take a nap.
All right.
So-
Coming up next, maybe we could take a quick cat nap while J.R. Tolver answers our very stupid questions. Aztec for life, J.R. Tolver, who's a part of our pregame coverage of the Aztecs as we march our way to kickoff, is going to join us on the other side. Big Rich Stadium, Fletch.
I can
It's hour number 3 on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by the Jim Patrol Real Estate Team. We will begin with those San Diego Padres. They take the series over the Marlins. They win 2 out of 3 games. Yesterday, 4-0 win for the Pods. Xander Bogaerts hits a 2-run bomb. And while the Padres were winning, relief pitcher Robert Suarez, he was ejected from the game due to sticky stuff on his left wrist. Sticking with baseball, the Angels and Shohei Ohtani got some bad news yesterday. The superstar has a tear in his UCL. He will not pitch again this season. He is getting a second opinion on whether or not he needs surgery. Also, Shohei Ohtani is a free agent at the end of this year, was expected to get a massive record-breaking contract. We'll see if this changes it. And in the NFL, the deadline for Jonathan Taylor to find a trade partner for the Colts is coming up. As of right now, the Dolphins and the Eagles are the leaders in the clubhouse, as well as the Colts, just to keep him. Saturday, coming up soon, the first Aztecs game of the season. Buy your tickets at goaztecs.com. We do still have a pair of tickets to give away to the Aztecs season opener against Ohio on Saturday. Keep listening for your chance to win. Would you like to know what your home would sell for today? Get a simple text message with your home's value by texting your address to 855-600-6000. You'll get no phone call, just a text. Jim Patrol has the buyers. Simply text your address to 855-600-6000.
Yeah! Woo! This is Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
There were some serious calves in here a few minutes ago.
Yeah. Eddie Papani from the show over on Rock came storming through our studio doors, and he really kind of like mean mugged you and Travis, Ben. And
I'm not scared of him.
Yeah, neither am I. I talked
just
a lot
Pelotons all day. That's it.
I talked a lot of stuff.
Oh, he does Peloton?
I'm guessing.
Oh.
How else do you get those calves?
I have a Peloton.
Does he do implants?
Wait a second, though. Wait a second. Wait a second. You have a Peloton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How nice of a coat
Hang
rack
on.
is it?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, it's just all dusty. Nothing's on it. I've used it once.
I was gonna ask if you ever ridden it.
one time, and I was like, I don't like this at all.
I would have set the over under at 0.5 times he's ever actually been on it.
There's
and
so
I
many.
probably would have taken the under.
There's so many times Kendall will say, especially during COVID, she was like, "We need to get a Peloton."
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
like,
happened to my house.
Kendall, look around our 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment.
Yeah.
Where the hell are we gonna put
Balcony.
a Peloton?
So during COVID, Sarah decided we needed a Peloton. We purchased a Peloton. We got it about 9 months later and didn't care about a Peloton anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah has used it.
Yeah,
But it hasn't been used in a while. I got on it one time and I'm like, my feet are stuck to this thing. Like
We,
they're supposed to be.
that's the I did not want an exercise bike. I told Anna, I was like, same conversation that you both had. Somehow I was able to steer away from getting an exercise bike. We did get a gigantic stair stepper / elliptical.
Cool.
It's kind of like one of those things where it's like it feels like you're on a Stairmaster, but the steps like roll, like they kind of revolve, I guess is the word. Like an elliptical.
Yeah.
So anyways, we used it for about 4 months. And I don't think we've used it since.
We also have a rowing machine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we got that a couple months before the Peloton arrived. I have used that
Okay.
once.
I feel like the only reason why you use these things, either of them, is because after you finish putting them together, you're like, may as well take it for a test.
That is 100% correct.
Here's a question.
Yep.
You don't
Make
have
sure
to
it
answer if you
doesn't-
don't want to. Do you still pay the subscription for the Peloton?
I canceled it about 6 months ago because I went, well, it's $40 a month. It's costing me nearly $500 a year. I've spent like $1,500 on a subscription that we don't log into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. Like all the subscriptions, I can't tell you what I'm subscribed to anymore. I just know that when the Amex bill comes in every year or every month, I'm just like, yeah, that's just a lot of things that we're paying monthly. And one of these days, we're going to figure out what those things are.
Yeah, I do that too. I'm like, oh, you know what? I am tired of paying for that.
Anyway,
I remember the password.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember the password.
$4.99, whatever.
Yeah. It's always like $2.99, $4.99. There's like one that's $19.99. Have no idea what it is. And every single time I see it, it drives me crazy. I'm like, yep, I got to call.
The Liberator website subscription.
That might be the Liberator because, again, it makes the perfect wedding gift. If you don't know what we're talking about, go to the website. Anyways, look, the point is the Padres won yesterday,
Yeah.
and they owe us a debt of gratitude.
Yeah.
We were there, guys.
Yeah.
That was us.
Was us.
4-0 win over the Marlins. Are you kidding me? All of a sudden, you're taking shots at a team that's ahead of you in the wild card chase.
But your number didn't change.
Okay, 60 and back still. Okay,
Fine.
you know,
35 left.
Look, it would have been 7 if we weren't there.
That's a good point.
You know,
could have been worse.
You're welcome, San Diego.
Yeah, we enjoyed
Day
it.
off today. 3 against the Brewers starting on tomorrow. We'll be at Fair Play tomorrow from noon to 6.
Starting on tomorrow. Why did they give us microphones?
Friday.
Yeah. So they won, and again, I do think it's us. We should also pass along the note that Robert Suarez got kicked out of the game.
Sticky stuff
Violation, left wrist a little sticky.
Yeah, well,
I like the fact that it's the sticky stuff rule. Like legitimate news writers, people who cover sports, they go, Suarez got ejected from the game due to sticky stuff. What the hell is going on?
That is the headline on ESPN.
And literally in the body of the article, it says, removed from the field for sticky stuff. Never saw a batter through one pitch in the 8th while warming up.
It's just such a gross word, too.
Oh, sticky?
Yeah.
Sticky stuff?
Yeah. And then
sticky alone is fine. It's when you sticky stuff.
You scroll down and they go, Suarez promises that he didn't use an illegal substance, but that doesn't really do it. It doesn't do what he was caught for justice. So you kind of have to say sticky stuff.
Because they don't really know what it is.
Oh, it's so funny.
It's usually a mix of a bunch of different things.
Right.
Sometimes it's sunscreen mixed with rosin, which is legal because you can use sunscreen, you can use rosin. So it's how sticky is it?
Well, Trevor Bauer, before he completely went off the deep end,
he's playing in like Japan right now.
He actually one time demonstrated, because he's huge on social media and YouTube and all that stuff. He one time demonstrated, he was like, all right, I'm going to use sweat. I got a nice little warm up. Here's sweat. And he put it in his palm and he's like, and here's rosin. And he like hit his hand with it a couple of times. And then he goes, a little bit more sweat. And then he like rubs it on his hands. And then he grabs a baseball, and the baseball, I mean, his palm is facing the ground. The baseball is stuck to his palm.
Right.
And so gravity can't peel the baseball off his hand when he's using just rosin and sweat. Right. So you add anything else, Purell, some of these pitchers. Well, that is an illegal.
Right, but that was the one that baseball teams had in the cages beneath their dugouts, right? That's where like people go to warm up and stuff. There was spider attack in pretty much every single major league ballpark.
Yeah, it'd be in the bullpen.
Yeah,
it would be out there. It would be everywhere.
It's illegal.
Yeah, and yeah, like you said, it was something like, I mean, these are of course our source reports from players who remain anonymous, but they said something like 90%. I don't know. I mean, look. It was a very small and kind of unimportant detail in what was a successful outing for the Padres, winning the series, not losing any ground in the wild card race, even though it does sort of feel like all hope's been lost. Mathematically, they still have an opportunity. So that's good. I mean, it's just in terms of what they do from here, we'll see. All right. Switching gears before we chat with J.R. Tolver, who's going to join the show to talk about the Aztecs matchup against Ohio U. We do have to do this. If you haven't already, go to our website, sportssd.com, click on prizes and promotions, and go to free round of golf with Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Sign up there because Long Ball is treating one of our listeners each month to a free round of golf with us. Long Ball hard iced tea. If you haven't tried it yet, you got to. It's absolutely delicious. And last time we took Aaron Zazer out, that was an absolute blast.
Zazosaurus Rex. I will also, the link is up on our X account at Big Rich TD Fletch, and I'm putting it in the YouTube chat right now. So if you want to go over to Big Rich TD and Fletch on YouTube, click the link. You can come play a free round of golf. We're doing the next drawing next Friday.
Yeah.
Next Friday, we will draw the name, announce it, and then the golf date, I believe, is set for the second week in September.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Daniel and Dennis from Long Ball. What are you looking at over there?
Stupid picture on this website. we look so dumb.
We look like
we or you.
Well, you have a nice photo. Rich definitely has the face that he's doing something a little bit
he has
odd.
the porn star face.
Yeah. And then I'm like,
well, click on our terrible photo. That'll bring you
I
right
look
to the
pretty hot.
page. You do it. That was a good picture.
Yeah, it was a good
It's like
photo.
the best picture I've ever taken.
Very photogenic.
Wow.
Goodness gracious. I
That's
think
the
they have
best picture you've ever taken. Right to the right of us is the very astute Colin Coward, by the way.
Wearing a suit and tie. He looks
real good.
We should get our pictures AI generated.
Oh,
Could do AI like headshots.
Please, thank you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
This is a really good idea. We should do that.
Do we need to call JR or is he calling us?
He's at 8:15.
Okay, cool.
That's not what it says.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I texted you guys. So.
Can't wait to talk to JR.
Look at it at
Can't wait to go
8:10.
golfing with our friends.
What did J-Riff just walk by? J-Riff just walked by the studio here.
Now he's in the studio.
He walked by the studio and his tongue came out of his mouth.
Yeah.
There was this weird
he gave us
thing
a
that
tongue
happened.
wag.
It happened.
Oh, by the way,
There
tomorrow
it is again.
Yeah.
It's really happening.
But tomorrow we all have to dress in our Aztecs best. That email just circulated
Oh,
because
Can we do a John Bon Jovi version of it?
oh my gosh,
John Bon Jovi, Aztecs best. J-Riff, I don't. Well, you can hear me obviously. Do you always wear sunglasses indoors?
Mhm.
Always wears the aviators. Nice.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
The best excuse for that I found is try to always have things in both hands.
Oh, gotcha.
This way, if you walk inside
Yeah.
and somebody questions you on it, just be like, "Yeah, I had too much stuff in my hands, couldn't take off the shades. Sorry."
Wait, are you chewing gum right now too, J-Riff?
God, he looks like Tom Cruise
Yeah,
from
that's what I
Top
was gonna
Gun.
say. He's doing the. Yeah, he's real busy, guys.
Yeah,
I was real
See
busy. I
you in
couldn't
the
get these
air.
glasses off.
Ice Man. I love that scene.
Same.
So yeah, big day yesterday. Huge thank you to the big boss here in San Diego, our president of iHeart San Diego, Noreen Ippolito, who took us all out to the game. Erin Ballman played field trip chaperone. She basically made sure that none of the kids got lost when they left the school bus. Huge thanks to Margaritaville Hotel, downtown San Diego. If you haven't been, check it out. The place is amazing.
The 5 o'clock somewhere bar up on the rooftop.
So cool.
Beautiful.
Absolutely awesome.
So on the building of the hotel, there are parrots that are painted on the exterior walls.
Yeah.
So I was asking Brandon, the general manager there, about them, and he's like, "Yeah, it took him like 5 days. It was crazy. A guy got up there and literally sketched it out and hand painted the whole thing."
It's an unbelievable mural because there's like windows and stuff like in the way. We do need a show parrot. That's something that was a part of the video. If you want to see the video that we took from 5 o'clock somewhere rooftop bar at Margaritaville Hotel, check that out. TikTok, Instagram, Big Rich TD Fletch. Okay, so the Aztecs take on the Ohio Bobcats in T-minus. Really, we're down to hours. We could count the hours until kickoff of the 2023 football season. We had the Brady Hoke show yesterday. Look, this is a young team. If there's one thing that I learned from Brady, and I'm really excited to go to my first fall practice here to watch the Aztecs today. I'm going to be over at the practice facility. I want to see how they respond when you're playing against a different color jersey. Like, it's fine. Fan Fest was great at Snapdragon. They did the stadium scrimmage. They're going to go to the stadium tomorrow for a walkthrough. But like, when the fur gets flying for real, how do these young guys respond?
Right.
We don't know yet.
No.
And that's kind of that to me, that's the best part of the season, kind of is like, oh, it's like waiting to open up your Christmas presents.
Absolutely. And then when you see it, you can go, "Hey, that worked really well. Maybe that didn't." And then now you start to piece together of how the season's going to go.
All right. Joining us right now on the phone line, J.R. Tolver, one of the best wide receivers to walk through the doors on the Mesa for the Aztec for life. Joining the show, he'll also be a part of the pregame festivities from 2 p.m., leading you all the way up to kickoff at 4 p.m. at Snapdragon Stadium right here on San Diego Sports 760. Good morning, JR. How you doing?
How we doing? Good to hear from you guys.
Yeah, man. It's good to hear your voice. It feels like football. Every time I hear JR's voice on our airwaves, I know that we're close. Kickoff in 2 days. What are you feeling right now? We were just talking about this. Young team. We don't quite know what we're going to get. But what's your feeling on this group heading into 2023?
I feel like San Diego State has kind of put themselves in a position where the expectations are
are always high. And coming off of 7-6 season, for the first time in about 10 years, I think everybody, to your point, is just kind of waiting to see what this Aztec football team is going to be. And fortunately or unfortunately, they're playing a football team that not many people know very well, but that has been really, really good, especially last year. So I think this Aztec football team has a lot of talent. They're used to winning. They have a winning culture. And I think now that the newness of Snapdragon Stadium has kind of gone away for the Aztec football team, I think we'll see a very consistent football team offensively, defensively, and in the special teams unit.
JR, you're going to be working alongside with our very own John Schaefer again this season. Now, does it make you feel like you lost a bet at all? Or
Yeah, because we're on behalf of our show and the station at large, we're sorry.
Yeah.
John is my man, 50 grand. This is year 7 with John. I've only been married to my wife 10 years. So technically, John and I are in a very committed relationship now,
And it's a beautiful one at that.
It is.
I'm pretty sure it's common law wet. You guys are married.
Yeah. That's right.
Get through that 7-year threshold.
This might make JR a little uncomfortable, but I will say one thing I look forward to every Aztec season is the first bro hug I get from JR, because he gives the best hugs. Like, he's a big guy and he's tall, and it just feels so warm and comforting when JR Tolver walks up the Aztec Village. I'm like, JR.
So let me ask this, JR. When you go to give the bro hug to Ben Fletcher, does he screw it up? I mean, or does he come in like, oh, I'm just going to do a regular handshake, but it's a bro hug handshake?
I'm a big wrap-up guy.
Oh, you just go right in.
Screw the handshake.
Wow.
Yeah. It's bear hug season, fellas. Listen, I've been watching you guys, and I've been watching you do your TikTok food festivals, and I've been feeling a little bit left out. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm gonna come in with a nice little bro hug for Ben, and hopefully you guys start including me in some of these off the air festivities that you participate in.
Done and done. In fact, I feel like maybe next Tuesday, or actually no, even better, next Friday. We were just talking about next Friday being a very important day here at San Diego Sports 760. That feels like the day where we should have a big blowout. We'll give you the details off air because we can't yet quite talk about exactly what it is on the air. But Jared Tolver joining us, Aztec for Life, part of the pregame presentation right here on San Diego Sports 760. Walk you right up to kickoff on Saturday. This Saturday at Snapdragon Stadium, Aztecs taking on the Ohio Bobcats. First time here in the 2023 football season. Just spoke to Coach Brady Hoke. This is something that obviously is close to your heart, your work with Aztec Link, and we'd love for you to describe what that is and how that all works. But name, image, and likeness, the transfer portal, all of this stuff, I love it, right? I love that players in college football have agency for the first time to do things that are going to benefit them financially, that's going to make their life potentially easier from a financial standpoint, or really just from the standpoint of if it's not working somewhere, finding a new school to go to, and maybe it'll work better in a different athletic program. However, I am aware that it's become really, really difficult for a coach to navigate these waters and to field a successful football team. How do you feel about this new era, this new generation of football and college athletics that we're in?
Rich, I'm kind of like you, man. I love it as well. And obviously this is coming from, a former D1 athlete who had an opportunity to play in the National Football League. So maybe my perspective is a little bit biased, but I love it as well. I think there's a lot of positives from name, image, and likeness, especially for the San Diego State student athletes. And it comes down to me to a few things. Number one, students don't have an opportunity to really get a job. There's just not enough time, And so if you're going to earn extra money, there's more efficient and effective ways to do it than, trying to work a 9 to 4 or a 5 to 9, at least for a student athlete. And NIL provides the opportunity for them to do that. We've had some tremendous partnerships with local businesses in the area. Encinitas Volkswagen, Crest Insurance, side chicken sandwich. I mean, we've had some phenomenal local business partnerships. And what it's done is it's allowed student athletes at San Diego State to use their name, image, and likeness to generate revenue for themselves and drive awareness to the local businesses. So at its core, name, image, and likeness is a beautiful thing, I think, for college football or for football, for college athletics, and for student athletes, as long as it's being looked at and approached the right way.
JR, the line currently, Aztecs versus Ohio. Aztecs are 2.5-point favorites. Does that sound right to you? And maybe we lost him there.
To travel, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, sorry. If you have a football team that has to travel across the country, is playing an unfamiliar foe. You know, Ohio beat San Diego State in the Frisco Bowl 27-0 about 7 years ago. But this is not a team that Ohio or San Diego State plays often. So you have a team that has to travel across the country, play an unfamiliar foe. I feel like you have to give the advantage to the home team. And both of these teams were bowl eligible teams last year. So they're both good football teams. I feel like Vegas got it right. I think San Diego State should be slightly favored in this football game.
JR, you are simply one of the best. We love you on there. We love that you work with us throughout the football season. Cannot wait to hear your voice starting at 2 p.m. on Saturday, leading us into the game you were just talking about. Ohio taking on the Aztecs at home at Snapdragon. Kickoff of the 2023 season, 4 p.m. Saturday. Buddy, we'll do it again real soon.
Let's do it. I won't be able to sleep for the next 2 days thinking about my bro hug, my first annual bro hug with Ben Fletcher. I will be up for the next 48 hours in anticipation.
I go low, you go high.
Bring a towel. He's sweaty.
That's true. And he's going to be setting up all the promotions too beforehand. Yeah. JR, man. All right. We'll see you out there.
All right, gentlemen. Take care.
It goes JR Tolver. And I got to tell you, I mean, when he was a receiver, he had some of the best feet, right? He was this unbelievable route runner. He could get open. And that's how you win off the line of scrimmage. You win with your feet. You win with your lower body. And speaking of feet, at the Good Feet store, they have these arch supports. And these arch supports, they go right into your shoes. And your feet are the foundation of your whole body. So if you're suffering with any joint pain, right? If you've got low back pain, if you got knee pain, hip pain, if you got pain in your ankles or your feet, you got to get to the Good Feet store because we all three did this. I struggle with a lot of joint pain, back pain, definitely pain in my right hip. That started after my 6-year NFL career, and I've always had knee pain. So what they do is they measure your feet, they balance test you, they have you walk out that day, 20 minutes, that's all it takes, with your brand new arch supports. And then they check in on you from time to time to make sure that everything's going smoothly. The Good Feet store is awesome, super professional, 200 locations across the U.S. and overseas, 30 years of experience. Book your appointment today at goodfeet.com. We'll be right back after this.
Realignment talks and 50-cent tickets coming up next.
This update is presented by AutoZone. We're going to start off with the Padres, who take the series win over the Marlins. They get 2 out of 3. Yesterday was a 4-0 win. Xander Bogaerts hit a 2-run bomb. Thank you for the jumbo jack. And while the Padres were winning, relief pitcher Robert Suarez, he was ejected from the game due to sticky stuff on his left wrist. Sticking with baseball, the Angels and Shohei Ohtani got some bad news yesterday. The superstar has a tear in his UCL. He will not pitch again this season. He is getting a second opinion on whether or not he will need Tommy John surgery. And in the NFL, the deadline for Jonathan Taylor to find a trade partner for the Colts is coming up. As of right now, Dolphins and the Eagles look like the 2 teams that could be in the mix. And this Saturday, that is 2 days from today, it's the home opener. It's the season opener for the 2023 San Diego State Aztecs. Get your tickets now at goaztecs.com. Keep listening because we still have a pair of tickets to give away. That's coming up within the next 30 minutes. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions do apply, so get in the zone. AutoZone. Shut up, J-Riff.
Wow, very heated.
He was talking through my whole update.
A lot of animus.
Yeah. Hey, guess
coming
what?
out of the production studio.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is back.
Yeah.
And it's happening September 22nd and 23rd. T-Mobile Arena out in Las Vegas. 2 nights, 1 stage. The performance list will blow your mind. Foo Fighters, Fall Out Boy, Lenny Kravitz, Tim McGraw, Kane Brown, Kelly Clarkson. The list keeps going on and on and on. But while the world is listening on iHeartRadio, you could be there with 3 chances every weekday for you to win your trip for 2, plus $1,000 spending cash. Keep listening for your chance to win, and your chance to win's coming up in about 30 minutes. So keep it locked in here. We also got a bunch of tickets we're still giving away.
Yeah, Aztecs is going to be a code word.
Okay,
so we're going to give a code word this segment, then you have to be listening next segment to win it.
Okay, I like that a lot.
Code word is
Aztecs.
Master.
Aztec Link.
Oh, Aztec Link? Oh, is that okay? Yeah, let's use that.
AztecLink.com.
Aztec Link, that's the code word?
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Jared Tolver just came on Aztec for Life talking about his new website, azteclink.com. So a good little plug for JR. And also, that's your code word. So just keep listening for the opportunity to call in. We're going to surprise you. We're going to jump out of the bushes and be like, call now. And watch this drive.
do we want to give them a time then?
No, they have to keep listening.
For 50 cents.
For 50 cent, sure.
Yeah.
850.
850.
That works.
850 for 50 cents.
I like that too. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So code word for, I think we're got the Godsmack tickets left. So that's the one we're going to do the code word for, right? Because we still have Aztecs.
We already got the code word for Aztecs.
Oh, shoot. That's right.
That was
Aztec Link for Aztecs.
You're doing a great
tickets.
job.
Okay. Godsmack tickets we have left.
Call
And
now.
50.
Call
Wow.
now for Godsmack
Sweet
tickets.
Jesus, what?
Yeah. Call right now for Godsmack tickets. 844-570-1360. J-Riff's going to answer the phone. And you can tell him how good he looks in them aviators. There it is. There it is. There's the phone lines light up.
That is fantastic. Okay. We didn't cover this earlier because we were very busy and then very tired after eating the
Jumbo Jacks.
The Jumbo Jacks from Jack in the Box.
Right.
Those were really good. Thank you, Xander Bogarts.
J-Riff put the aviators back on.
I'm so proud of him.
Did you get a haircut, buddy? I don't know.
He's just looking good.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's just looking fresh.
Real good. Real good.
There's a little bit of a verbal spat going on between Ryan Clark, who's an ESPN analyst, former player.
Oh, yeah.
And Tua Tagovailoa. So this is an interesting one, man, because like Tua is pretty quiet. I would say, like, when it comes to the press he does, he's kind of private. He at one point there were a lot of people talking about his wedding and his marriage and his wife. And he was like, yeah, I'm just really not comfortable talking about this. There are certain things I like to keep a part of my personal life. And obviously I'm a public human being, a public person, and there's no expectation of privacy, but I would rather just not talk about it in this forum. So respectfully, a lot of the media types are like, all right, yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Ryan Clark took shots at his physique though. This was an interesting one because I didn't realize that Tua would be this sensitive and also that he would respond this way. But give a listen. So Ryan Clark, ESPN analyst, a lot of talk about how Tua hit the weight room this offseason. And Ryan Clark was like, yeah, not hard enough. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. And then here's what Tua said in response when somebody asked him about Clark's comments.
Like, my background is, like, I come from a Samoan family. Like, respect is everything. But, you know, it does get to a point where, hey, you know, little easy on that, buddy, because, you know, I think we're pretty tough-minded people, and if we need to get scrappy, we can get scrappy too.
He just basically said,
Fight.
I will punch you.
Fight.
Yes,
Can we get a
yes.
bare knuckle boxing match or something? Dana White, come on, get on it.
We know people.
Yeah, we actually do.
We could make this happen.
Tua doesn't need any more concussions, though.
Oh, well, don't get hit.
Tagovailoa, who's entering his 4th year of the league, blah, blah, blah. All right, so this is, no, that's not what he said exactly. I'm trying to find the exact quote from Ryan Clark that really got under his skin. Yeah, basically called him fat. Again, paraphrasing, he said he didn't hit the weight room hard enough, blah, 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 blah. Look, the point is, like, I'm becoming more and more and more and more of a Tua fan. Coming out of college, I was like, okay, you know, Tua was spoiled by riches.
Yeah, but everything we said about Tua came true. Like, we said he wasn't going to be big enough to compete in this league. We said he was going to be too fragile to compete in this league. That's all come true. I don't think it's his fault. But he takes hits and then he smacks his head on the ground and he's out for 8 weeks.
No, I'm not saying that's not true, but I'm saying, like, from a personality standpoint, like the Tua story arc is a favorable one.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because look, Tom Brady is a fine, whatever you want to say, public person. He's an interesting person because of how great he is at football. But I mean, was he a great soundbite through the majority of his career? No, not really.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers, he rubs people the wrong way. I mean, when Andrew Luck was still playing, he was kind of boring. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I like this. Like, there's a little juice there. Like, normally you don't hear quarterbacks. That was the politest way to say, I'm going to kick his effing ass.
Right,
Square up.
exactly.
Like, square up. Yeah, basically, Duke's up, buddy. If you want to comment on my belly fat ever again, I'm going to fight you.
Tua has a likable factor to him
Yeah.
just when he talks. Like, you know what? I want to root for this guy because he seems like a really nice dude. And, like, he's a guy I want to hang around.
I'd also say if Ryan Clark's calling Tua fat, I hope he never sees any of us.
Yeah.
He'll be so disappointed.
Trust me, he does see us because
Tua's in good shape.
I repost a lot of what we put out there, and he follows me, and he definitely, if he thinks Tua's fat, we're in a whole nother category.
Well, we're not quarterbacks.
He's so sad.
And also, Tua's not fat.
No, he's not.
He put on some weight to guard against how many injuries he's been sustaining.
So Ryan Clark, I'm looking through articles now. He's walked back some of this stuff. So let's see. In a video that Clark posted on X, the thing just jumped around. Let's see where it is. He wrote, or he said, "It was never my intention to question Tua's work ethic or commitment to the game, but I'm also aware enough to know that intent doesn't always match the impact. How something is presented isn't always how it's received by everybody. I do my best to be honest when executing my job, as well as being honest when I fall short. I fell short on Monday, and for that, I genuinely apologize."
He's scared to fight.
Yeah,
It does,
he's scared.
It does sound like Tagovailoa. He said, "Yeah, buddy, anytime, anywhere, any place. I'm a Samoan, dude. It's happening.
Bring it."
And
You ever seen Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
And Clark was like, "Yeah, I don't want that smoke."
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
Listen, I feel for Tua also for another reason. Okay, what makes him a sympathetic character is the fact that he should not have played in the next game, the game after that Thursday night concussion, or maybe it was a Sunday concussion against the Bills, and then Thursday night was the Bengals where he banged his head again.
It was national TV the first time, and I believe it was a Thursday night game. And then he played not the direct Sunday, but the following Sunday after.
It was a primetime game that had happened.
Right. I can't remember the order. I think the second one was in prime time.
Yeah.
And it was the week prior against the Bills. It happened on a Sunday. And then either way.
He got hurt. They said it was a back injury.
Yeah.
He's fine.
And then the hands.
And then the hands, which I feel like was a Thursday night game.
That may have been.
He was all locked up. You remember that? It was a scary scene.
It was rough.
And I feel like anybody in that organization needed to be his advocate, needed to say, "Hey, buddy, that was a really bad hit. And wink, wink, we know it's your back, but we're going to go ahead and we're just going to have you sit out and don't sweat it. Skylar Thompson, he's going to be the next one in, and it's not going to be perfect and it's not going to be great, but it's better than losing you for a long, long time if you hit your head again," which of course is what happened.
Losing him for the rest of his career.
Or yeah.
Because there were legitimate talks last season, and I said it also. I was like, maybe Tua should hang it up.
He spoke about it publicly. Again, another reason why I'm becoming a Tua fan, because he actually said prior to the season starting, he was like, "Yeah, I mean, there was a time where I was considering hanging it up for good because of the worry of the people around him." You sacrifice a lot to play football. Time obviously is the most valuable resource in this world, but a lot of your health as well. And those two things start getting like spun together in your brain. Like you start thinking like, all right, so if I keep doing this to my body and my brain, how much quality time post-career am I going to have to spend with my family, my kids? Obviously he's just recently married. It's kind of a scary proposition.
I think it's spun together in your head because they start to go hand in hand. They correlate with one and another.
Yeah.
Of your health goes downhill, so does that time. It gets shaved off real quick.
So if you're driving into work right now and you got 20 minutes till you have to punch the old clock and sit at a cubicle or whatever, just blow off the first hour of your job and switch over to Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because coming up at 8:50, actually.
I did not know where you're going. I was like, is he going to tell him to drink long ball right now?
I mean, I could. You probably should. But
iced tea at this hour? Yes, please.
I have been drinking this lemonade from Jack in the Box, and I wish it was a long ball. But Misty Knight is coming in. She's going to hypnotize all three of us. She's actually going to be here in about 9 minutes. And so we'll invite her in for the last couple minutes of the show and tease what's going to be happening. But it's only going to be available on YouTube and TikTok. So get over to Big Rich TD Fletch on both of those places. And you can watch the three of us act like idiots.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
So it's normal.
I don't think I have a brain that can be hypnotized, but we'll find out. We'll find out. Misty's a pro and she's an expert, and we'll see if it happens. So yeah, little skepticism from me, but
he's gonna get so hypnotized.
But I can't wait, because if she can get me barking like a dog, or
J-Riff said you out of all three of us would be the most susceptible.
Really? I feel like it's Ben.
Everybody thinks that about me. 100%. I think it's Ben.
Travis not getting hypnotized.
You don't think he'll get hit?
It's a steel trap up there.
There's not a lot happening.
Good point. Yeah, that's a good point. His skull is so thick.
I think, unfortunately, because of how badly I want it to happen to me, it might not happen.
Oh, good point. I honestly, I hope I'm wrong. I love being proven wrong. I love the things I don't know, and I really enjoy it. So bring it on, Misty. I can't wait to meet Misty.
I cannot wait to fall under your spell.
And if we're talking about who has the most cracks in their brain, like, this is no offense, and it's obviously very serious, but you've had more concussions than me and Travis combined.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I've had so many concussions that the reported amount of concussions I've had are substantial, let alone the ones I didn't report, like Tua. Like,
Right.
Because I mean, the truth is, I remember one time in college, I've told this story a million times, but I remember one time in college, I got hit on an interception. I was playing offensive line. Our quarterback throws a ball, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this defensive tackle coming to absolutely clean me up. And so I see him at the last second, so I'm only able to throw my head at him, which at the time seemed like a good idea. So I just threw my head like into him. He hits me so hard that for the entire rest of the game, I just I could only see through a hue of the color blue.
And you still insisted on running your head into every defensive lineman that you saw.
That's correct.
Good.
Wow. I just gave up. Like, there was a point in the second or third quarter where I was just like, well, I guess this is just how I'm gonna see from now on. Like, this is just what's
It's gonna be like Ozark
everything's
everywhere.
just gonna be a little bit blue.
Jason Bateman directs my life now.
This is and there was a point where I'm like, that's not so bad. Really, there's worse colors, I guess. I'm not gonna
I've had a lot of fantasies about Avatar women.
I'm gonna have a really hard time with the color yellow from now on. Everything's gonna look very green. But whatever. No sweat. But yeah, so yeah, I do agree with you.
So maybe she can sneak in the cracks.
Yeah. Maybe she could find. She's gonna be like, yeah, get rid of some of this encephalopathy and all that nonsense.
So we have never played football, but what is the chance we've had a concussion at some point in our life?
Oh, everybody has.
Okay, yeah,
I mean,
okay,
like,
that's what I thought.
fall
Like, if I
off
hit my
It's
head
just
hard
the
enough-
brain rattling against the skull, right?
Ben's two older brother knocked him unconscious as
okay.
children
That's true. Okay.
and then hid them in his room.
Good.
That's true.
So
That's not bug, man.
Ben has one. Yeah,
That was kind of a broken neck more than it was a, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Either way, your kid,
fine.
you're as a kid, your brothers almost killed you, and then tried to hide you underneath
hide your body.
a car.
And then I think
don't
like
know.
it took
You just
5
died
minutes
in there.
before
Why
they
are
said
you throwing dirt on me? I'm burying you alive.
I don't know, Mom. I don't know. Did you feed him? Did you give him water? I don't know. He just died.
It's so crazy. No, we were playing rough, just me and Mike. But Ben, he just all of a sudden he was dead.
that's what it took like 5 minutes for them to say, Mom, I think we killed Ben. 5 minutes is too long.
Yeah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If your brain was without oxygen, it explains a lot now.
Hello.
And that he's been apoxic for way too long.
Misty Knight.
Misty
Gonna
Knight.
be here shortly.
Can't wait to talk to her. We also have tickets to give away. We just gave away
that's right.
Godsmack tickets. I think we have to do it right now, right?
We
already gave away
No. We have to give away Aztecs tickets right now.
We said that the code word would be announced or reset in the next segment.
Okay. All right. We'll do it next.
I have no idea.
Listen, there's so many things
Yeah.
happening. We got 50 cent tickets at
50
50.
cent is at 850.
At
850.
850. We already gave away Pantera and Godsmack tickets. We have Aztecs tickets to give away.
Call number 1 at 850, by the way. Call number 1 is getting those 50-cent tickets.
All right. Aztecs tickets on the other side, though. That's next. All right, coming up next, Misty Knight, our hypnotist, has entered the building. That's next. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating conversation we're having here. Kind of a little behind the scenes with Misty Knight, who's joining us in studio. She walked in with Lexi, and the gang is going to put us under a spell of some sort. At least that's the goal. All right. So we were just talking about how you got involved in all of this, and it's really interesting. So you were a smoker prior to 1983.
Yes.
And then you went to a self-help hypnosis seminar of some sort with a friend?
It was just a class, like, to learn.
Oh, get right on that microphone.
It was.
There you go.
There we go. It was just a self-hypnosis class to learn about hypnosis, and my friend wanted to go, and of course, she didn't want to go alone. So she begged me to go with her, and I was like, "Okay, that's fine." And, the guy explained some stuff about hypnosis. They used to use this analogy of an iceberg.
Okay.
Where the water level is what's below the water level is our subconscious, which is kind of what controls us. When you're driving and you get where you were going and you're like, wait, how did I get here so fast?
You're like autopilot.
On autopilot.
Yeah.
The autopilot of your mind. And then the part that's above the water is your conscious mind, what's dealing with day to day. And I was like, okay, this is very interesting. And then he put on some pretty music. And we all lied down in a circle, which I won't do to y'all. I won't make you lie on the floor. I didn't bring any pretty music.
We can put some music on in here.
Oh yeah,
we will take care of the pretty music.
Excellent.
Like Bon Jovi.
Just
Yeah.
We'll do
Perfect.
Bon Jovi.
Perfect.
Just by first impressions, looking at us, are there any that you look at us and go, "There's no way that guy's getting hypnotized"?
Well, the smarter you are, the easier it is.
Oh, the easier it is.
Wow. Wow.
Then
Then
I'm done. I'm a genius.
Then I changed my opinion altogether. I am gonna get so hypnotized, guys. No, I'm kidding.
All right, so a couple options for you if you want to stick around and watch us all get hypnotized. We are up on YouTube, Big Rich 2D Fletch. We're going to stay live. We also just switched over to TikTok. We have the phone set up. J-Riff is going to walk around with it. So TikTok at Big Rich 2D Fletch. I can't wait for this.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
I'm more excited about this than I have been for stuff in a long time.
Well, you have such a soothing voice, Misty. Like I can already tell.
Yeah.
There's a quality to the resonance of your voice that, like, I don't know. I mean, as soon as you start talking, there's a calmness in this room that doesn't usually exist.
Absolutely.
This room is
chaos.
Yeah,
And-
it's complete chaos
And
mostly.
What's crazy is I'm not a smoker, and I don't know what you did, but I could use a cigarette.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good
So-
point. Actually,
I'll,
yeah.
I'll teach you some deep breathing techniques.
Pack
It'll
of
be better.
Winston's would be good right now.
Camel non-filters is really what I'm jonesing for. So we need to have a caller though with a code
With a
word.
code word.
Oh,
Did
that's
we give
right.
the code word?
We
again?
gave the code word already.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So now is the time to call if you want those Aztecs tickets. It's the season opener 2023. Rich is on the call. Uncle Teddy's on the call. John Schaefer and JR Tolver are on pregame. I'll be handling halftime and post. If you want to go to the game, make sure you call right now for free tickets. 844-570-1360.
But you got to have the code word.
But you got to have that code word.
Yeah, so the first caller with the code word is going to win the Aztecs tickets. All right, we mentioned him right there. We got to thank JR Tolver, who jumped on the show, the Aztec for Life. He's going to be on the pregame with John Schaefer, leading into that Saturday kickoff of the 2023 Aztecs football season. Also, we have to thank Missy Knight and Lexi for joining us in studio for this last segment. We're going live on YouTube, or staying live on YouTube. We're live on TikTok right now as well. Big Rich TD Fletch on both those platforms.
Yeah.
And we're about to get hypnotized.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
All
We're
right.
geniuses. So I mean, this is a shoe-in. We're done for. We're gonna all be ducks or dogs or something here in about 6
Or
minutes.
something.
Yeah, I cannot wait. Misty,
love it.
thank you. Stick around. Yeah, and everybody out there, stick around. YouTube, TikTok Live right now. Big Rich TD and Fletch. The Herd is next.
All right, YouTubers, thank you for sticking around. We're going to get started here in just a second. We're finishing up cameras and all the preparations, but once we get going, it's going to be nonstop. So we can't wait for this. Glad you're here. Jared, can you hear me in there? Okay. I turned calling off. I'm playing music right now.
Only on the street. Just crank that thing up. Oh no, you know I bet it's gonna be.
All right, guys. So
Can you comment if you can hear us on YouTube right now? Yeah, let us know if you can hear us on YouTube in the comments section. Let's see.
All right, fair enough.
all right. So of course, disclaimer.
Maybe on the air right now. Maybe on the phone.
For Charles and Miles. We're on Clubhouse. Yeah. Password. I literally. Hey,
Sound is not.
Oh, yeah. How does Misty can hear you, but you sound like you're using Jim's internet. That's what our YouTube comment. It's very spotty is another one we just got.
I think that's because of the music was cutting it in and out.
All right. How is it now, YouTube?
Oh, sounds good on there.
Yeah. Is that YouTube?
Yeah.
Maybe that person who was watching has Jim's internet.
Oh yeah, check your internet, Jonathan.
Yeah. Rich, you sound good. Yeah, it was the music.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
music. Okay, kill
Okay.
the music. That's fine. And kill the echo.
It's about a 3-4 second delay. That's not bad. That's crazy.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, let's
We
do it.
are live on
Listen.
TikTok. We're live on YouTube, and Misty Knight, who is our hypnotist, been doing this for a long time, joined us in studio for the last segment of our radio show, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, and now she is going to hypnotize us. Now, we have, the three of us, to my knowledge, never been hypnotized. Yeah?
No,
Okay.
never
Okay.
happened.
Well, that's what you think.
What? Whoa. You think we've been hypnotized before?
Absolutely.
What? By
But
what?
we'll
By
talk
whom?
about it. So first
Did
off,
you
I'm
say
gonna
by
have you
Taco
guys.
Bell?
No, not Taco. Well, maybe.
Love Taco
I'm gonna have you guys spin your cap around.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
Phone
it-
access.
Yeah.
Want me to take the hat
Well,
off?
We only
That's
do
up
it
to
if
you.
she says
Oh, yeah.
Misty says.
Yeah. I'll do
Right?
whatever you
It's
want me
like
to do.
Simon says. So the reason for that is at some point when you follow my simple instructions, it's highly likely that you're gonna look like this.
Oh my God.
It's my job to make sure that you're having a good time. If your cap is on frontwards, I can't see your face.
Okay.
All right. So if you're
All right.
actually dead, we need to know. Ben?
Yeah.
Ben, you look so nervous right now.
Your breath's trying.
So sweaty.
Like, I got a lot to do today, and I'm not sure
Misty.
this was a good idea.
Is there a chance Ben dies?
I cannot predict that kind of a future.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
So that means there's a chance.
Not from me. It's not due to me, but I heard that his
Wow.
brothers tried to kill him. So
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
he's already had one narrow escape.
Yeah.
Looking
Okay.
at number 2 today.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're running out of lives, buddy. Yeah. That cat's got 9 lives.
So I guess I got to cover some misconceptions for you guys.
Okay,
I
okay.
didn't think I would, but we will.
But we're stupid.
Mhm. Which means we're really hypnotizable.
Yeah. That's no the other way.
Oh, damn it. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. you
Okay.
know.
Sorry. Go ahead. I
Okay.
apologize.
So you said you never been hypnotized before.
No, I have not.
Well, hypnosis is a natural state of mind. They can
Okay.
measure the brain waves of it. We have totally alert, we have kind of daydreamy, we have falling asleep,
Mhm.
and we have asleep, right? That daydreamy into falling asleep phase, that's hypnosis.
Ah.
So everybody goes into that every day. Everybody comes out of it at least twice.
How does Taco Bell do it? I'm just kidding.
They have the cute dog.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
not since the 90s though, Misty. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. They cater too, I hear.
As long as it's not in the tacos, it's fine.
Okay. Are you just did you just scold Misty right now?
No, I'm scolding you guys.
Oh.
Shut up.
Oh.
She's our guest,
She's our
Ben.
guest. We're getting to
All right,
know her.
let's do it. Yeah, we're getting to know each other.
Mhm.
All right, so let's do a couple of things. We're going to see how well you guys can follow instructions because I know you have a lot on your mind. You're watching the this, you're watching the that, and
Mhm.
I'm going to need your focus
Okay.
at some point. All right, so everybody
Ellie,
take
You can close
perfect.
that.
Everybody take your hands like this. Clap them together. Cross over, cross your fingers. Make sure your palms are together. Okay. Bring them up. So you're not that close to your face.
Oh,
So about 6 inches from your face.
thank you.
Pointer fingers. Separate those fingers. And now stare at your fingers. Stare at the space in between your fingers. And as you notice that the longer you stare at the space in between your fingers, they start coming together closer and closer, closer and closer like magnets. And you can try to resist, but as soon as you relax, they'll come together closer and closer, closer and closer until they want to touch. Closer, Ben, I already saw yours touch. So
Are we
Big
supposed to
Rich is
resist?
using pure muscle over there
Are
to
we supposed to
resist.
resist?
He's
Are we
totally look at his
supposed to
face.
resist?
No, you are not supposed to resist. You
Oh.
are supposed to
Oh,
follow
you're-
instructions.
sorry.
Yeah, I was
This
resisting.
is a following
Oh my gosh.
instructions portion of our show.
Minor touching.
I thought you meant it does it on its own.
No. It comes together on its own as you follow my instructions.
That was
Perfect.
weird, by the way.
It does.
You can relax. You can relax your hands.
Did you guys ever do this thing as a kid and like make people pull the slot machine?
Yes.
It hurts a
Also,
lot.
church and steeple.
Yeah. Open the door,
see
see all the people.
Mhm. I thought that's what we were doing.
No.
5 minutes. 5
Okay.
minutes.
Okay.
Jared, can you also go check the studio, make sure it sounds okay?
Okay. All right.
All right, you guys.
That was crazy.
That was
Just a
weird.
heads
So
up.
that was all about following instructions.
Uh-huh.
It's physiology.
Okay.
If you're not resisting,
I
they
think
come together.
we're like probably like operating at a B- right now. Like, I think we'd all pass the course,
Yeah.
but
You passed the class.
Yeah,
but
some
yeah,
questions about
Not
Yeah.
honors,
yeah, right.
certainly
Yeah,
not
no,
honors.
no,
Better
not
than
on
average, though.
Yeah,
better than
way
that.
better.
Better
Yeah.
than average. Yes, absolutely. So, as I mentioned before, hypnosis is a totally normal, totally natural state of mind. We all go in and out of it multiple times a day, at least twice, a lot of times more often, like we talked about driving down the freeway. I am going to do an induction, so I do want to caution anybody that is driving or doing any other type of activity that they need to be focusing on and paying attention. Turn the volume off for the next 5 minutes because you do not want to follow along with this. All right. So I'm going to basically tell y'all a story. Hypnosis is about engaging your imagination. Part of that is I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Hypnosis is not about eyelids. Not yet.
Oh,
In a moment.
I thought she
I was like, I'm trying to be
Part of that is I'm
hitting
going
me.
to ask you to close your eyes.
gonna get to a B+.
Because it helps you to focus inward, right? When we go to the movies, they cut off the world. They shut the doors, they turn down the lights, and you only have the screen to focus on. So that's what we're doing here is we're kind of turning out the outside world and you're going to focus in on the sound of my voice. So sit back in your chair, arms and legs open.
Can I ask a question before we do
Yes,
this?
absolutely.
What do you like if we go under hypnosis? What are you going to make us do?
Oh yeah, good question.
Ooh, what do you want to do?
What?
Right?
What?
I have
mean,
a couple of ideas, but what's your idea?
The sillier, the better, I would say.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
mean,
Is full nudity allowed? Or no. Oh, okay. All right, no.
TikTok
Yeah.
questionable.
yeah, actually, yes,
Yeah.
on TikTok for sure.
I'm kidding.
No,
Um,
I'm
no.
not expecting a full Monty. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
good.
Accents.
Yeah.
Like I want to sound like a Southern gentleman from Tennessee who's
Oh,
drinking
wow.
iced tea.
Wow.
That would be
Yeah.
phenomenal.
That would be
like,
fun for you. Okay.
like just a guy who, you know,
very Mark Twain.
Yeah, very Mark Twain. He's got questionable ethics. You don't want to ask too many questions. Yeah. Because you're thinking to yourself like, I mean, we're right there on the border of hearing something we ought to not hear from this gentleman, like something like that. Yeah.
I would like you to like help me with this diet plan.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's
So-
a 2-pack
so
of
if
whatever
we-
that is.
yeah.
Are you in on that, Ben?
Yeah, but just not. Can we leave ice cream alone? I like ice cream.
He loves it. He really loves it.
Nothing's off limits. I don't want to eat like ceviche or anything ever. Yeah.
Why not? Ceviche's delicious.
Dude, ceviche.
He doesn't like fish.
It's like acid cooked. It's so good.
Could we make him like fish?
I don't want to torture him.
That would make
very much.
sushi so much more
Thank you
fun.
very
Oh yeah. We go on
Thank you very
sushi, and he was like, "Can I have a cucumber roll?" Like it's like, go home.
I
Tempura.
just want the roll.
Just get tempura.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right,
Yeah.
so we're good.
All
So,
right, Southern gentlemen, a gift at the end for your health and
Yeah.
diet.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Health and diet.
and no nudity.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I might like to speak Spanish.
Do you already speak Spanish?
Un poco. Not
Un
very
poquito.
well.
I got something for you.
Okay.
Hot damn. He's gonna
It may
be.
even be better.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Please make him only speak Spanish from now on. Please God. Please God, only Spanish. I mean, solo español.
Solo español.
Escúchame.
Okay.
Exactly. Escúchame. All right. So sit down, hands separate on your palm, on your lap. Perfect. Feet flat on the floor. And take in a deep breath. And go ahead and just stare at my hand right here. Just stare at my hand without moving a muscle. Take another deep breath all the way in.
I didn't let out the first breath. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
I was holding
shoot.
my breath.
I was too.
I couldn't breathe in anymore.
They are so nervous.
Holy God.
I thought for sure you were gonna say breathe out.
Yeah, I thought that as
I
well. When he asked us to breathe more, I was like,
It's okay.
Okay.
All right. You guys
Take
are
two.
wiggling.
okay.
This is what I do on my stage show. Stand up.
Okay. Yeah.
We're in trouble.
Shake it out.
All right. Whoa.
Do the hokey pokey. Shake yourself about. Whatever you got to do. That's right.
All right. Okay. I'm ready.
Work it
I'm
out.
ready.
Work it out. Work it
So
out.
take a deep breath. Also
Sit.
breathe it out.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take some responsibility for that. I will guide you like you're blonde.
Yes.
Carpet's match the drapes.
We're gonna find out in just a few moments.
Focus. Me either. God, it's gonna get quiet in here. All right. Focus on my hand. Take a deep breath all the way in. Hold it and exhale. Start to settle into your chair. Take another deep breath all the way in. And exhale. Very gently. Keep focusing on my hand. Take one more deep breath all the way in. Hold it. Hold it. And as you slowly exhale, just close your eyes down like you're going to sleep now. From this point forward, keep your eyes closed unless I ask you to open them. Relaxing now. Let's begin. Just relaxing. Let's start with your toes. Relax the muscles in your toes. Let them become loose and limp and lazy. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, but be right here, right now, listening to the sound of my voice. That's right. Just relax, settle into the chair. Bring that relaxation from your toes into the balls of your feet. This moment is for you. Bring that relaxation into your heels, your ankles, up through your calves. That's right, settle in. You're doing perfectly. Bring that relaxation all the way up to your knees now. From your knees, over your thighs, and into your hips. Relaxing more and more. Letting go. Focusing in on the sound of my voice. Bring that relaxation from your hips into your spine. That's right. Relaxing vertebrae by vertebrae. Feeling yourself becoming peaceful and calm. Bring that relaxation around your torso. Bring it up to your shoulders and just feel your shoulders drop down. That's right. As you get comfortable, bring that relaxation into your arms, down to your elbows, to your wrist. And find now that any stress or tension that you were holding in your body flows out of your fingers now as you replace it with relaxation. Stress is just energy, and energy cannot be destroyed, but it can be transferred. And so now we transfer it out, and we bring in relaxation. And bring that relaxation into your neck. That's right. Let it go. Up over the back of your head, over your cheeks, your jaws. You may even notice your jaw slightly parting as you just relax. That's right. You might swallow. You might sigh. You might feel warm or cool or tingly. All of these feelings are perfectly normal, perfectly natural. They differ from person to person, place to place, and time to time. Bring that relaxation now all the way up over your face to the top of your head. You're doing perfect. Relaxing now from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. In a moment, I'm going to count down from 10 to 1. When I reach the number 1, I'm going to say a word. That word is sleep. But I don't mean the sleep that you sleep at night. It's just a simple word that lets your unconscious mind know how deeply relaxed to let your body become. Sometimes we relax very deeply. Sometimes we relax only a little. Just like, sometimes you get a very restful sleep, and sometimes you feel as if you hadn't had any sleep at all, but you know that you did. Let's begin now. 10, drifting down deeper and deeper. 9, every muscle, every nerve, every fiber of your being, relaxing, letting go. 4, down deeper and deeper. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, but be right here, right now. Breathing in deeply now, you may begin to feel heavy, as if you're sinking down deeper and deeper into the chair beneath you. You may begin to feel light, light as a feather, as if you're floating on a soft, white, fluffy cloud. That cloud floats off into the distance and disappears. You may find at some point that my voice fades away, or you may find that everything else does. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes we focus in, and sometimes we focus out. When I reach the count of 1, I'm going to say that word, sleep. When I do, you just relax, collapse, and go even 10 times deeper than you are right here, right now. 3, drifting down deeper and deeper. Want it to happen, expect it to happen, and allow it to happen. You're doing perfectly. 2. On the next count, the count of 1, I'm going to say that word, sleep. Remember, I don't mean the sleep that you sleep at night. It's just a simple word that lets your unconscious mind know how deeply relaxed to let your body become. That's right, staying in your chair. And 1, sleep deeply now. Let it go. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, but be right here, right now. Feeling peaceful and calm. That's right, focusing in on the sound of my voice. In a moment, not right now, but in a moment, I'm going to have you picture and imagine in your mind's eye that there's a giant helium balloon attached to your left wrist. So when I tell you, stick out your left arm and imagine that we're tying a giant helium balloon to your left arm. You know the kind that float all by themselves. Everybody stick out your left arm like you're half a zombie. That's right. Picture and imagine that I'm tying a large helium balloon to your left arm, and it begins pulling your arm up higher and higher. Your arm begins lifting, rising, and floating, pulling your arm up higher and higher. The more powerful your imagination is, the higher your arm goes, pulling your arm up higher and higher. That balloon is getting huge. It's the size of a beach ball now. It's the size of a pickup truck. Look at those big dually tires, pulling your arm up higher and higher and higher. You're doing perfect. In a moment, I'm going to cut the string, and when I do, your hand will fall. The balloon will float off. Your hand will fall into your lap, and you'll go 2 times deeper, sound or asleep, and snip. From this point forward, anytime I say the word sleep or have you reach up and touch your nose, you go right back to here to now, even 2 times deeper, sound or asleep. I promised you all a gift, so let's start with that. Focusing in now. Picture and imagine yourself looking exactly the way that you want to look. In front of you, there is a large, ornate mirror. It's a full-length mirror the size of a wall. You can see all of yourself. You can have clothes on or clothes off in the mirror. But know that right here, right now, you are fully clothed. Look in that mirror and see the reflection begin to change into the way that you want your body to look. Look at it from all angles, top to bottom, side to side. Turn around, look at the back, look over your shoulder and see yourself looking exactly how you want to look, feeling exactly how you want to feel, knowing that it will take some work on your part to create this future reality now. Imagine it fully. See the muscle definition. See yourself trim and slim, feeling comfortable in your skin. That's right. You're doing perfect. And you know exactly the steps that you need to take to achieve this look for yourself. You know that some of it is what you eat, some of it is what you drink, and you find yourself wanting to drink more and more water. You find that water tastes amazing, so cool, so refreshing, and you know that drinking water supports you in your goal of achieving this perfect for you body. You find that certain foods, those foods that are good for you, they taste amazing. You start to crave those foods that are good for you. And every body is different. Some people do very, very well eating a mostly vegetable diet. Some people do very, very well eating a wide variety, meats and vegetables and nuts and seeds. I don't know what the perfect diet for you is, but your body does. And if you listen to it, it will tell you. If you notice how you feel after you eat certain foods, feel good, you feel tired, you feel bloated, take note of those things. And the foods that make you feel good and energized, add more of those. The foods that make you feel not good or tired, maybe save those for a special occasion so that when you go out with certain people, you're not really limited to what you do, but you know that 90% of the time you eat exactly what's right for you. You can still enjoy those treats that you like, just limit it. You drink more water, you move more, you allow yourself to create this reality of the you that you want to be, the you that you see in the mirror. Take that picture of yourself as if it is no longer a mirror, but it is a portrait, and hang it up on the wall of your memory, of your mind. And now we'll move on, because now that you've hung it up and you've accepted it into yourself, you know that it's only a matter of time before you achieve that goal. And anytime you need motivation, you go back in your mind's eye, maybe even in your dreams, and you see that you, the way that you want to be. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. When I reach the number 1, I'm going to say that word sleep again. You just allow yourself to go right back 2 times deeper, sound or asleep. 3, 2, 1, sleep. Deeply now. That's right. You're doing perfectly. Relaxing now with every word that I say, every beat of your heart, every sound around you, staying in your chair, as if you're seat belted into your chair. And when we came here today, we decided we wanted to have some fun. And of course, fun means something different to everyone. So let's move on to the fun portion. There are different things that everyone wants to do. And I will use your name to talk to you. Normally, I would come over, I would touch you on the shoulder. But for today, that touch is your name. Let's start with Ben. Ben, from this point forward, anything I say is the truth the moment that I say it. Nod your head if you understand. That's right. TD, from this point forward, anything I say is the truth the moment that I say it. Nod your head if you understand. Perfect. And Rich, from this point forward, anything that I say is the truth the moment that I say it. Nod your head if you understand. Perfect. These are your truths for here, for now. So, Ben, you mentioned that you want to speak another language. From this point forward, until I tell you otherwise, you are Bigfoot. You come from the planet Sasqua. On this planet, they call you Sasquatch. You speak only Sasquatch. And I've heard that the Sasquatch are kind of related to Chewbacca and bunnies. I'm not sure. It kind of gives me a clue of what their language sounds like. Nod your head if you understand. Perfect. And Rich, you are the news reporter that's come here to interview the Sasquatch, the Bigfoot. You'll be interviewing him, asking him some questions. I'll help you out with that. And TD, you've been studying the Sasquatch your whole life. You have been just totally addicted to finding out about Sasquatch. You know that they're the hide and seek champions of the world. You've been studying their language, but you haven't actually seen one yet until today. And you're super excited, and you're here because we need a translator. The news reporter is here to meet the Sasquatch, and you are our translator. Nod your head if you understand. Perfect. You speak English and Sasquatch. All right. TD. Yes, please open your eyes. Thank you. And can you ask our Sasquatch to join us for our interview in Sasquatch? Excellent. What did he say?
He said he's here and he's excited to meet Rich.
All right. Rich, you're the news reporter that's come here to interview him. Do you have a couple of questions? Did you have some written down, or did you need me to help you with that?
First and foremost, it is a privilege and an honor to be sitting with you. I am thrilled for the opportunity. Want to ask you about a couple of things. Want to start with something a little bit lighter. Who's your barber? I think I got that.
Yeah.
Picking the language up pretty quickly. Yeah.
Sports clips.
Sports clips. Yeah. They have a good discount going on right now. That's really fantastic. Anything else? Like, really, what's home life like at Sasqua?
Home life at Sasquatch.
Not sure that needs translation.
He can't stand his wife.
That's what I picked up too. And I have a question. Rich, can you what do they eat?
That is great. Yeah. What do you like? I assume melons or.
Anything they want, apparently.
What do you say?
It's whatever shit he wants.
Okay. Wow. This is.
Oh, he's sharing. How nice.
Yeah. Do Sasquatches or Bigfoot that see sweat? Like, because, like, what, like.
Smells like banana walnut bread baking in the oven.
Sasquatch sweats a lot.
Yeah, you're sitting next to him.
Yeah. No, thank you. I mean,
what size shoe does the Bigfoot guy over here wear? What size shoe?
12 inches. Said 12 inches.
12. That's a lot more than.
Bigfoot. He's got big feet.
He says he's got big feet.
He's got big
You know
feet.
what they
Okay.
say about
Yeah.
big feet.
It's
yeah.
not just a clever name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mucho grande.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're bilingual.
Does he speak any other languages other than Sasquatch? Does Bigfoot?
Oh.
Yeah. It's a beautiful language. I have to say, it's a
He
beautiful.
said no.
He said no.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
It's the universal symbol.
This feels like a big deal for all of us. Is it a big deal for Bigfoot meeting people though? Like, I mean, we're all searching for Bigfoot. Is this a big deal for him to spend time with us?
Big Rich TD Fletch. It's a big deal drinking Monster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he's a monster.
Yeah.
Oh! Wow, this has been a fascination for a long time. Where have you been? Like, because we have only sightings, we have trail camera footage, we have people who swear they've seen you in the woods without cameras. But why all the mystery?
It's like he's looking for somewhere to hide.
He's very shy.
You know, you wouldn't know it from talking to him.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
It's very true. It's very true.
Kind fella. Kind fella. Well, thank you. I mean, tell him, extend my thanks and gratitude for taking the time and being here with us. And hopefully we could do it again soon.
Oh, that's apparently the
big in their
Bigfoot
culture.
handshake. Yeah.
Elbow bump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Post COVID.
Yeah.
All right, TD. Can you tell him in Sasquatch to sleep? Very nice. All right, you two look up here. Take a deep breath in. Close your eyes and sleep now. That's right. Relaxing, drifting down, dreaming. That was excellent. You guys did a great job. You're very good at interviewing and speaking Bigfoot. You did ask me for some other fun things to do while I was here. So, Rich, deep down inside, you know that you're just an old Southern gentleman sitting on the porch, drinking a mint julep, telling them kids to get off your lawn. Nicely, of course, because you're a gentleman. And you've always just wanted to be a Southern gentleman. Just drinking that mint julep tea. And, of course, I've got some questions for you. So if you care to join me, Rich, we could have a little conversation. How you doing today, sir?
Well, I do declare, as of last May, the overgrowth in the front yard has been creating a humidity around the enclosure, the porch here. We call it a Four Seasons room in Tennessee. That it's unacceptable. We talked to the gardener about this several times as a quid pro quo. He's also our therapist. So he's neither talented at solving familial disputes nor working the weed whacker
Apparently.
as it was. So
Apparently.
not well on this afternoon, madame.
Well, perhaps that's why you've been telling them kids get off your lawn because it seems like it's a hazard.
Well, it's all nephew Alabaster. It's just 'cause he's getting the neighborhood kids all riled up, and they come and over yonder, and they spend time on in the gopher holes. We've had a gopher problem again. This goes back to what we're just talking about. It's just a gopher problem on the lawn for years now, and frankly, if it doesn't get resolved, one of them's going to tweak an ankle and poke an eye. It's going to be a bad scene. Going to be bad for all around.
That does sound awful.
Awful indeed, miss. I just want to sit here with a whiskey, a mint julep, and enjoy an afternoon, but I can't because we have the overgrowth and we have the children on the yard. It's a inconceivable proposition every which way you look at it.
And sleep. All right, gentlemen, relaxing, letting go. You're doing perfect. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. When I reach the number 5, just open your eyes, feeling wonderful, refreshed, revitalized, full of energy, full of vim and vigor, ready to take on the rest of your day, whatever that looks like for you. And tonight, when you go home and your head hits the pillow, you fall easily into a peaceful, pleasant sleep within 2 minutes, waking in the morning refreshed, revitalized, energized, and with one major priority on your mind. You want to call the San Diego County Fair and tell them they need to bring those hypnotists, Misty and the Sandman, to our fair because they're really good. 1 coming up now, feeling the energy returning. 2, taking in a deep breath, filling up your lungs, let it out. 3, your eyes feel as if they've just been bathed in a beautiful, crystal clear mountain spring. Start to stretch, coming back to the here, to the now. 4, your mind, your body also feel like they've just been bathed in that same beautiful, crystal clear mountain spring. On the next count, on the count of 5, just open your eyes, feeling wonderful. And 5, eyes open, wide aware. How do you feel?
Very
Good.
relaxed.
Yeah.
Can I speak English again?
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Oh
my
my
God.
gosh.
That's good times.
Your Bigfoot is shit.
It's the accent. He's
Yeah,
really got to
yeah.
work on that.
Exactly. Wow.
Holy cow.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay.
My feet feel numb.
Yeah, right?
Is that
Man, when you
normal?
were first counting it down, I mean, I felt like I weighed 10,000 pounds. Yeah, that's crazy. Right
That
on.
happens.
Yeah,
That
thank you.
happens.
I'm very relaxed.
You're very relaxed.
Excellent.
Yeah, I feel okay.
Well, you're
Give me a
good at
minute.
this.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you.
You're very
and we
good at
will be
this.
calling.
San Diego County Fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the Sandman out there with Misty Knight.
Yeah.
Well, Misty and Lexi, this has been a joy and a pleasure for us. I think no stone went overturned, or I don't know how to say it, unturned.
Unturned.
So yeah,
It's because
got
you just had a fur coat on.
prescribed reaction from Ben. He sweats when he's happy.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. We'll do the show tomorrow starting at 6, and we'll have our full review of Hypnosis.
That's right.
When we
That's
log
right.
on to Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. Look for videos. We're going to be throwing them out there with Misty here over the next couple hours.
Thank you,
Thank
Misty.
you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Too much fun.
Thanks for having us out.
Bye,
Bye.
YouTube. Wow.